Man, the NFL playoffs are live. Shout out to Houston Texans and CJ Stroud as they demolish the Browns. And shout out to everybody in the chat. It's Saturday night. And I had to postpone this to tonight. But it's all good. We're here. And Florida State just continues to kill it on the transfer portal. And hold on.
What's good?
What's up, T? But yeah, man, we continue to kill it in the portal. And Mike Norvell cashed a big old bag. It makes him like one of the top 3 paid coaches in the country, I believe. So we got a lot of stuff to get into.
Well, shoot, Saban not on one of them, so I think he is third.
Yeah, I think that makes him third, somewhere up there. He's up there. So we got 2 new players today. A running back from Alabama and an old lineman from Florida. I'll give my thoughts on those in a second. Obviously, we'll talk about the Mike Norvell extension. We'll get Terrence's thoughts on Nick Saban and that. And we'll also talk about the hire. We didn't talk anything. Last time we talked, Bama didn't have a coach yet. So we'll talk about the hire. Miami did pick up Cam Ward, which is a nice little swerve after he declared and he came back around. Good for them, man. We'll talk something about that. So, as always, man, college football is a year-round business, and it's.
Oh yeah.
And then we got Kansas City right now up 13-7. I know I got some Miami Dolphin fans in the chat. Miami's actually playing a decent game so far, I guess. So we'll see what happens with that. Shout out to CJ Stroud, man. Looking like the future.
Or something serious.
Yeah, looking like the future. What's going on with you, bro? How you been?
Man, I'm good, man. Good, I ain't been on in a minute, huh? It's been a while. Since before the bowl game.
Yeah, I think last time he was on before the bowl, I think.
Yeah, I tried to hop on that night, but I was having issues with the ring light.
Yeah.
Daughter got a hold of some of my equipment, decided it was play stuff. But yeah, man, been all right. Looking forward to spring ball and everything that's going on right now with recruiting and a lot of good news coming out, man. Reassuring stuff.
Let the people get your thoughts. FSU so far has, if I count correctly, matter of fact, I'll just look it up. But I think it's 13 portal additions thus far.
I mean, I think it's 11 or it might be 12.
Let me check.
Because I think these last 2 made it 12.
13. So 13. Let's go over the names real quick. Roy Dell Williams, running back, Alabama. See, one of the Samoans we got. Actually, I think I was listening to a Spaces. The Oregon State DN isn't a Samoan; he's a Tongan.
What? Same thing. Don't say that to them though.
They Polynesian. They all Polynesian. I mean, I lived 6 years over there. They all Polynesian.
Yeah.
But Soone Lolehea, I guess that's how you say that. So that's 2. And Richie Leonard, that's 3. That's the offensive lineman we just got out of Florida today.
Right.
Earl Little, Terrence Ferguson, Malik Benson, Devontae Brown, Tomowa Durage, Jalen Brown, Grady Kelly, Marvin Jones, Jalen Lucas, and our quarterback, DJ Uwe Ungalale. So yeah. 13.
I mean, what more can you ask for?
So what's your thoughts on, like, what are some of the additions that you love? What are some of the additions that you're kind of like, whatever?
All right. I mean, we can start with the obvious one is DJ. You gotta love bringing in a quarterback. He had some issues at Clemson. I think a lot of that got cleared up with how they used him at Oregon
He
State.
played better at Oregon State. Was
Yeah,
more
he
efficient.
played,
He was more efficient at Oregon State,
which is important. I think that's the important part. I think that's a big part of being quarterback for a guy like Norvell and what he asks of his quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I think when you look at the way that Travis played most of last year, he was okay. It was more so just about being efficient and not turning the ball over.
Should I add DJ Lundy to the transfer portal list, or
I mean,
does that count? I don't know.
That whole situation. You know what? I'm not upset about having him back. But would I have been upset if Mike was like, no, stay where you at?
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't
either one. I agree with that. I'm with that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice to have him. He's situationally, he's an asset.
He's still the same player, but he's a veteran player, knows the defense, can help some of those younger linebackers come along. But I talked about it with him. Like, it's an interesting situation because if you're Mike, like you said, if I'm Mike, or if Mike had said, you know what, man, we're good, I wouldn't have been mad at that at all.
Nah, there's nothing to be mad at about that. I mean, he's a situational player. Like he was never gonna surpass Bethune or whatchamacallit. So, and even now, like, can you trust him to do anything that those two did? No.
Right.
So why would he be stepping into their roles? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
So who else do you like that we brought in?
It's crazy because I like Roydell, right? But I'm also looking at it as I really want to see some of these young guys. I really want to see.
Well, when you look at the roster right now, the only young guy you got on there is Singleton. So I think one of the reasons you took him, I think Cam's going to get burned regardless. Cam Davis is going to play.
Cam is the day
Cam
one.
Davis is going to play. I think you still got Singleton, and from what I hear about Danzy, he probably needs a red shirt.
Okay, and then we got Keziah there.
And you still got Keziah, who maybe that says a little bit about Keziah Holmes if you brought in a Roydell.
I hear you. So I hear you, but
they'll tough it out in the spring. You feel me?
And then we still got Toafili.
But so
that's Toafili has his role.
But right, LT's a different player than these guys that we're talking about. So I think Roydell is a guy who brings some veteran leadership. Not saying LT doesn't have that, but LT's a different type of back. Like, LT is going to be good for Danzy.
Yeah,
I think him and Danzy, like when LT's gone, Danzy fills that role, right?
I have another thing. How do you feel about Ja'Kai now, man? Because is he a running back, man? And we just been like, he's just been behind Toafili got that role, so it was no point in him being in that role.
Say it again.
Ja'Kai.
Who the hell is this?
Whatever.
Somebody in the background. You don't see this? Who's Lorenza Simonis?
I have no clue. I don't even see it.
Look on the side.
I'm looking.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. Keep going. My bad.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't see nothing.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
No, I mean, I know there was not much to take away from that game, but when he was running the ball, I like his patience.
So Ja'Kai, look, we've tried the Ja'Kai thing at running back before. I'm good on that. He's better as a receiver. Has been better as a receiver. So
I just wanted your thoughts on it, man, because watching him run the ball, he looked good back there. Obviously not good enough, but he looked real solid. And then we brought in his brother, right? He's just a return guy, though.
Yeah. Look, Jalen Lucas, since we're just going down the list, obviously, he's a running back by position, but I think he's
He
going to be
returning
your
kicks.
he's going to be your Levante Whitfield, your guy like that, right? He's a running back, but he's going to be returning your kicks and your punts and all of that. So
I'm not mad at that. He looks dangerous back there, man. From the returns that I saw him, like just his movement, he's really quick.
solid return guy at Indiana. So he was more of a kick returner than a punt returner. So we'll see if they work him in on punts or what they do with that.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous thing to have, man. Having somebody who can take it 3-4 yards deep in the end zone, and he might be a threat to house it.
Who else are you excited about on this transfer list?
I mean, I'm kind of excited about Earl Little.
You should. I think you should be real excited about Earl
Um,
Little.
that's the guy on defense that I think is going to make the most immediate impact out of everybody. Even though I think Marvin Jones Jr. is going to start, I think he's going to have an impact um, on the secondary that maybe gives us some time. I'm not saying not to rush Lester, but
Well,
to really,
it's not just Lester. It's Jamari Howard, like Bates, Lester,
yeah,
Howard. All of those guys are right there.
yeah, and it gives us ability to move some guys around. He can come in and start, and we're good without having to rush people. As far as out of this very talented freshman secondary class that we got. So he's I feel like he's an obvious thing. Uh,
So, is there a player you took that you're kind of like, why? Why are we wasting our time here?
I all right, and I don't want to seem like I'm saying this guy's a bad player. Um, I get the reason of I guess the reason of taking him. Grady. I just don't. I don't want people thinking he's Braden Fisk, man. Like
I had to see a
he's
white
gonna
D.
come.
Yeah, they see a
Yeah,
white
you
detail.
see white D tackle. He's not Braden
I think
Fisk.
I've explained that to everybody over here that he's not Fisk, but I don't think he's a bad take. Um,
He's not going to come in
but
here and
no,
like shove people around like Braden Fisk
he's
was.
not.
Braden Fisk was an animal.
Yeah, he's not. He's not that.
Um, and on the offensive side, I guess I'd be looking at the commit today. I get the idea of having depth, and he's not necessarily even bad. I'm just trying to figure out where he fits in.
He's got to
And
be
is
snap.
he?
He's got to be snapping the ball. So I've tried to rationalize this myself. I thought once you got Ferguson, you didn't need to take another interior
Yeah,
offensive lineman. Like Ferguson kind of solidifies that. But my guess is Leonard's going to try to compete at center. And if you're telling me that your depth can be Richie Leonard and Maurice Smith, I'm okay with that because
yeah.
Maurice Smith has a problem as well as he plays when he's not healthy. Like him and Robert Scott get banged up every year and miss multiple games, sometimes multiple games in a row.
It
So
also it also makes me think the fact that we took two interior offensive linemen makes me think like, okay, where are we up at on these projects? These guys that we brought in and that have been developing like early, um, guys like that. Where are they that we're not confident in them to be the two deep or starter in certain situations, and
so
that we're bringing
I
in
think
multiple interior offensive linemen.
um I
And
think
Ferguson's got 3 years, right?
I think Ferguson's a redshirt sophomore. Yeah, yeah, I think he is.
I mean, it brings up those questions on where
But
we
as of
are with
right now,
them.
the way I look at it is, I think your O line. I think everything that you're seeing on offense, believe it or not, is a direct result of who your quarterback is. One of the things I kind of like that they're doing with building out this roster, this offense is very much targeted toward DJ's strengths. They added a ton of speed on the outside, so they're going to take their shots. But
Okay.
When they added Jalen Brown and they added your boy Malik Benson.
Yeah. Two,
Um,
two, two awesome pickups, man. Like,
so And then now you're building the power run game in the middle. Because let's just talk about the O line real quick. I think your O line is going to be either Mo or I think Mo will end up getting the start, but I think Leonard to be there to
Okay.
continue to push Maurice Smith at center. I honestly I think that's why you brought him in. I think Richie and Maurice Smith at center, either or. I think it's Keandre and Ferguson at guard. I think that's a power run game up the middle. That's a lot of beef up the middle. Um, what is Richard? 310, something like that. Ferguson is a big boy. We all know Keandre's a big boy. Your quarterback 6'5", 250 himself. What's gonna make or break this offensive line is some of those projects you're talking about. Because as of right now, it's looking like it's a Darius Washington, Jeremiah Byers at tackle,
Mm.
which Darius plays fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the greatest upside. He's been in college for a while now, but Darius plays fine. All ACC first team, so he's a good enough college player. Byers leaves a lot to be desired. But if one of your young guys can click,
I
if
really want
Armella can click,
Armella or
if Early
just
can click, if Lucas Simmons, who's the unicorn in that entire room, he's the 6'8" NFL body type guy. If Lucas Simmons can emerge, the whole dynamic of your O line, it morphs into what's like okay, looks like a pretty decent group to like they got a group.
yeah, man, I really thought Armella would be ready this year. I really feel like it's his year to like take the spot from somebody. Um, I know. I think was that you were saying that you wanted Byers to slide inside all last year.
Yeah, quite frankly, I
Um,
don't care if Byers is off. I'm just gonna be honest with you. When you added Ferguson and all that, man, Byers can go, but they're not going to do that.
nah,
Byers was a critical recruiting win for this staff. If you remember, he was like the number one offensive lineman in the transfer portal last year, and Ohio State wanted him like really bad.
mm-hmm.
So that's
You
the
got
way
to
I.
stick with your guns on
You got
that.
to stick with your guns on that, and got to hope that this past year was just like the getting accustomed to Power Five football year, and that next year he's going to be, I won't say dominant, but at least be a quality player, right?
Okay.
Because I don't even think he was a quality player this year, in my personal opinion. But we can all like agree or disagree on that. Um, but as of right now, Byers I think will be one of your tackles. Darius at this point has he not earned earned a starting spot at some point? This is his last year, so you kind of feel like this is the year that they're gonna give him that. And it looks like Kansas City is about to score. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Armella, Lucas, and Early, those are the three, man. If you can pull something out of them, young guys, um, it changes the entire offensive line, in my opinion.
I agree, man. I think Armella is the one who we have to be looking at this point. Um, yeah, I would love for Early to come in and take somebody's spot. I remember I got to see him live in high school, and I liked him back then. He was real solid.
And even Estes is a guy who I'm surprised is actually still on this team.
Bro, I thought dude was like
But I
32.
swear, every time I watch Estes, I like what I see. I get it. It's in blowout situations. I get it. Every time I've seen
He
him on
do
the
his
field,
job.
yeah, I like what I see. So to some degree, I'd be confused about some of the like. That's why I said like the Richie Leonard thing. Like, okay, it's cool to have great depth, veteran presence, but it ain't like FSU's hurting for veteran people on the O line. Maurice is back. Robert Scott's back. Keandre's been in college a while. I think he's a senior. Like you have seniors on the O line. I don't know why Richie was a need, but hey,
And
until
well, technically, he was the best. He took the most snaps on Florida's offensive line. and
Technically, he was
graded
the
out
best.
as the best one.
Now he was the best offensive lineman they had. I don't disagree with that. I just like, again, at what point are we like? It's either one or two things. Atkins can't evaluate or he can't develop. Which one is it? Because his recruits aren't
The
getting on the field.
I just don't see it that he's
So
because the evaluations what I saw, and I'm not a college football evaluator, but every time when I looked at Armella, everything I saw from early, I was like, man, these guys are gonna be good. Give them a year or two, get in the system, learn what we got to do. We're gonna be straight. That should be this year. Like that's this year. Like what are we doing now? Like so it's on him. Some things have to start to come to fruition as far as what he's brought supposedly been bringing to the table as far as the commitments we've gotten. And we've been very happy with his recruiting. But what's next? Like after you get him on campus, what are you doing with him? Some of these guys, it's time for some of his guys to start being looked at as top day 1, day 2 draft picks, and they got to start proving that they're those guys this year. You got to start looking at a guy like Armella getting on the field. This is year 3, right, for Armella?
yeah, he'll be a redshirt sophomore. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that he got to start getting some snaps and hey, you know what? Maybe I want this guy on my NFL team. That's when you start figuring that out, and you're not seeing that yet.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I guess Armel Atkins is goodwill is only so long as far as what he's done on the recruiting trail, but
I'm
you
not
got
ready to like go off, or I'm not there yet. But I do think at some point, you're right. Like, where are your players at? That guys that we hyped up so much that you recruited. Where are these guys at? Why are we still taking uh, a Richie Leonard type guy at this stage? Like, why are we taking him? Again, the best offensive lineman that Florida had. I'm not saying he can't play. And quite frankly, if you told me he was going to be the starting center, I'd probably be happy with that, to be quite honest with you. But again,
I
where's
feel
our
bad for
guys?
Mo.
I don't feel bad for Mo. And then because Mo's probably going to win the job. Like, we feel bad for Mo every year, and then come starting the year, Mo's the center. So I don't feel bad for Mo at all. Mo's,
Yeah,
Mo's probably going to win the
because did
job.
he actually
So
even? We thought he had lost it to the guy came in from
so Caden Lyles came in, and then he got hurt. Even before he got hurt and was out for the season, it was like Maurice Smith was out playing him. And then they brought in Roddick to be a center. And it was like, nope, he can't be a center, so they're going to stick him at guard. Every time they bring in, so I think Dylan Gibbons actually was originally brought in to play center
bro.
too,
That's what I thought.
because
So
he played some
Roddick,
center
Lyles, and Gibbons.
because he played center at Notre Dame. Dylan Gibbons was like their Darius Washington at Notre Dame. He played all over the O line for them. Nope, they ended up sticking Gibbons at guard. So every time they brought in a guy to take Mo's spot, he's pretty much shut it up.
Guard. Do you think he could have been related to the continuity with Jordan Travis?
It's a possibility.
Like that.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
This is my guy. Like, and then Jordan Travis not necessarily a taller guy.
Which also makes sense why, if you're Atkins, you get a brand new quarterback who has no continuity with anybody. So DJ, he'll get a chance to kind of pick his center in some sense, right?
That happens. I feel like that
Yeah.
does happen.
So he'll get a chance to kind of pick his center.
Because that exchange and what you're seeing at the line is important.
Absolutely.
And that communication between your center and your quarterback, like, so I think we'll see how that turns out. Spring will tell a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing how the QB situation works out in spring ball. As far as if Luke does something to snag that other starting spot from Brock.
You mean the backup spot?
Yeah.
My guess is you are Granted, guys come in, and Luke's been playing with the team since the Orange Bowl,
Exactly.
so he's got a little bit of a leg up. But my guess is this: you're definitely planning on not playing Luke at all.
Yeah, not in a season.
So even if like he might be the second best quarterback, you're still gonna not have him the second quarterback on the depth chart. Is my guess.
No, you want to redshirt him if you can. You definitely want to redshirt him if you can.
So we know who the
Maybe give him those
quarterback is. I'd
three,
be
4
interested to
snaps.
see Brock Glenn's growth though, for sure. He actually showed me some stuff, believe it or not, in the Orange Bowl, playing with nobody basically. And I thought he showed me some things. So
He didn't mind letting that motherfucker rip,
he
boy.
threw good balls down the field. So
And then, which brings me to the wide receiver question.
I think it's a great question if you're going where I think you're going. It's like who's number one guy?
Yeah, who is it?
I have no
Like,
idea. And it's a very young group.
do
But
Benson and
I think
Brown come in and
I think legitimately Malik Benson has a chance to be number one.
wasn't he? If I'm recalling his recruiting, wasn't he like the number one player?
He's the number one JUCO player
Number one JUCO player.
coming out when Bama got him.
But
And then Bama had Milrow kind of not really knowing how to get him the ball.
I want to see Kim and Destin really step up.
And they could be like you got
Those are the two
Trons.
guys I'm looking at that's on the inside. I know you expecting stuff from Kentron Portier.
I'm not.
Well, people are.
I just expect him to be stable, but do I expect Kentron to turn into like Brandon Marshall? No.
I think you really get that from Destin and Keem, man. I think those are the two guys that have the.
I think it's up for grabs, but I think Hakeem still has the highest ceiling in that room.
Jakai still gonna get his snaps.
Well, the slots they rotate them, so you'll have Jakai, Vandrevius Jacobs. Don't sleep on don't sleep on him.
That's all I'm about to say. Seeing Vandrevius in the slot.
And then again, with the way they are tailoring the offense towards what DJ does, and that's he's got a cannon, right? He's got a big arm. I mean, who knows? Dewspan, you might see more of Dewspan next year. I wouldn't
just running flies.
I wouldn't. Right, just go routes. Just
as
go.
As long as it's not jet sweeps, bro. Like,
I agree. I don't know why we do that.
Like,
but they'll do that with Darian. For some reason, they'll do that with 21. They like to put 21 on jet sweeps. I don't necessarily understand the logic there.
I told you how I felt about that.
But
and I was asking why we weren't seeing Winston Wright or anybody else.
Anybody else? Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody else?
Quite frankly, if I think we should eliminate the jet sweep from the playbook altogether. But that's just my opinion.
I like it.
But the receiving room, is definitely full of competition. You're not even talking about none of the young kids you brought in here, right? Like, so yeah.
It's time to. Yeah, I think that's the other part. Like, that's a lot of people in that wide receiver room, bro.
I love it.
Damn near 20 of them. Like, it's just, it's a lot of kids in that wide receiver room. And it's good that almost you don't expect anybody that we recruited to contribute day one at all.
Yeah, none of them. I don't think any of the freshmen. I think Elijah Moore has a lot of talent, but he's still raw.
Camden Friars just seems like he's gonna be a 5-year guy.
Well, he's gonna be our pesky white slot guy, which I've been dying for one of those. Finally get me one of them. So no, but I think we have a great mix.
With him.
Yeah, we got a great mix of youth and
Landon Thomas.
That's the tight end.
I want to see him on the field.
I went over this the other day. I don't know why FSU didn't try to get a tight end in the portal. Because when you get past Morlock, name another one. You're going to put a lot of pressure. You're putting a lot of pressure on that true freshman.
Bro.
Burrell is listed as a running back, believe it or not.
Man,
now they don't know what to do with him. I get it.
I think he was they don't have him listed as an offensive weapon or athlete or something like that.
I think on the official roster, they have him listed at athlete. On the depth chart, he's usually listed at running back.
Man, that man ain't wrong with damn running back, bro. Let's be real.
I don't even know how Burrell is still here. But kudos to him. He's doing something right. Shout out to Burrell.
I mean, maybe when he's out there and healthy, people see things they like. Brian Courtney will not. I don't know what Brian Courtney is.
He was a linebacker. Now he's back at tight end. I don't know, bro. And that's my
number 2.
That's my issue, right? That's my issue is we don't know what we have in that tight end room after it being stacked a year ago.
Is it possible
Biscuit leaving hurts a little bit more than I think we anticipated?
Yeah.
Unless they see something out of Jarrell Powers, Brian Courtney, Jackson West is again somehow a guy still on the roster. Jackson West is there.
Are there any tight ends out there?
I don't know. I think the better ones have all found a home at this point. So if you're telling me it's going to be Morlock and Landon Thomas, I mean, that's cool, but that's a lot of pressure for a true freshman. I'm not saying he can't. I think Landon Thomas is a dog, personally.
Yeah. I really was hoping we flipped Fox.
Preston Daniels hit the transfer portal, Tyler.
I was really hoping we flipped Fox back, man. At the end.
Kalen Fox?
Yeah, I was hoping he changed his mind.
I don't know if you how do I say this? I listened to his mother speak in a Twitter space, and I'll say shout out to Kalen Fox. But his mom did herself no favors. I'll say that much.
That happens sometimes.
And anybody who listened to that knows what I'm talking about. Preston Daniels went to Buffalo, Tyler. Yeah, transferred to Buffalo.
Is he from that way?
I don't know where he's from, honestly.
He just ended up on the team somewhere.
Yeah, it said he's looking at it right here. Say he transferred to Buffalo.
Can Brock Glenn play tight end?
Brock who?
Brock who? I'm joking, dude. Just a joke.
So let's see. Anybody else you want to talk about? What do you think about some of the defensive end additions? The kid from West Virginia, Durage.
I was surprised. Well, I don't really know how to feel about the kid from West Virginia. I mean, it's one of those. Is he that type of athlete? That's what I don't. That.
Go watch him.
That type of athlete. Like, I mean, I did, but I didn't see. I don't know what I saw, man.
What type of athlete you talking? Like, well, give me an example. When you say he's that type of athlete, because he's 6'4", 280, and
he's 280.
I see a lot of bursts with him.
He's 280.
He's officially listed at like 277. He's 280 as far as I'm concerned.
That's bigger than I thought he was. I mean, I hope I want to see how the rotation pans out. Obviously, you know how I felt about Marvin Jones Jr.
It was gonna be Pat. I think your boy from Oregon State plays more than people think. I'm gonna say Marvin Jones Jr. starts opposite of Pat, but I wouldn't be shocked if dude from Oregon State. He's gonna be, I think, what people thought Gilbert Edmond was going to be.
Okay.
I think he's a better player than Edmond was coming out of South Carolina.
So this dude, the Oregon State cat, for some reason, you think about those guys, you expect them to be like 290. Like you expect to, I didn't realize he wasn't no 290 pound,
No, he's an edge guy. All these guys are edge.
Edge guy, like.
And the Durage is the one guy who I think that is an edge now, but I think he'll evolve into an interior guy.
Wait, Edmund went back to South Carolina.
Edmund is still in the portal.
Oh, that's so what Kerry was saying. He went
It
back to
was
South
saying that
Carolina.
it was being rumored that he might go back, but as far as right now, he's still in the portal.
Sport Mark, he's starting over. He gonna start over Marvin Jones Jr.
I think to start the season, I wouldn't be shocked. Marvin Jones Jr.
No,
has to show that he can stay healthy. I think that's been his biggest problem in college thus far.
I hear you.
Um, and maybe use this all season to whatever's been ailing him to figure it out, right? So if you told
But
me they ease MJJ, they eased him on the field, I wouldn't be mad or shocked by that.
and here's the other side. I said this to you. I don't know if, how everybody else took it. I really, and it's just my personal opinion. We looking at all of this and the production that we got from our D line. We're gonna miss Fisk more than I think we miss Burke.
Well, we're gonna miss
I
all of
know
them. So the D
we're
line is
gonna
not gonna
miss them
be
both.
the
Yeah,
D line is not gonna be the D line it was last year, obviously.
no.
Um,
But
Depending on how much you miss Fisk, it's gonna depend on the growth of Farmer. To be honest with you, Farmer and Lions are the two. What I like about Farmer is he's improved every year. Like not even just improved, but made like huge steps. Like this past year, we talk a lot about Farmer. Not excuse me. We talk a lot about Fisk, and Fisk was great. Go look at Farmer's stats. He had like 7 sacks from the D tackle position. 5 or 6. I think at 7. I'm exaggerating. I think it's more like 5 or 6. That's still a lot for a defensive tackle.
Farmer did.
Yes. So the question becomes, what next step does he make in his growth? Does he become like this superstar? Does Farmer become a legit draft prospect next year? Like a legit
That'd be
first day
nice.
guy. And then Lyons is a guy who I think has a ton of upside himself.
I mean, if you tell me he had 7 sacks, he should end up on an All ACC team going into next year preseason.
Yeah, probably will be. No, he should be probably on the first team All ACC next year.
Because I don't know how that many guys that had that many sacks. Really, that's a surprise to me. I had no idea. I had no idea he had that many sacks.
He had 5. Like I said, I exaggerated with 7. He had 5.
But still,
Which 5 is still a lot.
Like,
5 is still a
when
lot.
you're considering, like, you know, that's what Braden Fisk put up. Like he put up 6, right?
I don't know. How many sacks did Fisk have? I don't know.
He had 6. He had 6. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He had 6.
Okay.
Versa had 9. Pat had 7. So did Deloach. So I mean, you'd hope to see. Dang.
I like KJ. I like KJ and I like Lions. I think it's all going to depend on, again, we talk about growth. We talk about the growth of our young guys. That's what it's going to depend on.
And the other side is, all right, maybe you can help me out with this. Maybe I missed something. Jackson. Well, yeah, somebody just brought him up.
Well, he's a space eater. So he's the guy that is going to allow the other guys to do work.
And I want to see that.
He's a 6'5", 320, or 6'6". He's huge, right? Whatever his measurements are. But he's not anyone that's expecting Jackson to get out there and, you know, tally a bunch of sacks. I think you're expecting the wrong thing. His job is going to be to take on blocks and free up everybody else to do work.
And push in the middle. And but if we get Pat Pate one-on-one and, you know, these other guys.
Pat has to take a step too, right? Pat's going to have to take a step in his game.
I want to see something, man.
And he did take a step this past season, but it's now for him to take another step. So everybody's got to take a step. Everybody's going to take a step. You feel me?
You know what I liked about what Pat was doing, man? He would, when he did get blocked, which unfortunately was a little bit too much for my liking, when he knew he was blocked, He
Always
got
got
his
his hands
hands
up.
up.
Always got
He
his
got
hands up.
his
He's
hands up,
6'5".
and them arms long. He had a lot of batted balls. I feel like he did.
No, he had a ton of batted
Um,
balls.
but yeah, 9. He was third on the team. He was third on the team in passes defended behind Azariah and Renardo.
Behind
That's
two
crazy.
DBs.
That's crazy. Like, that's what they teach him, but he did it well. Almost to the point, sometimes I was like, what are you doing right now? Like, he'd be running with that hand up, and then he get a pass to finish from it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that helps. I think the one thing that I'm worried about is because Bethune and Deloach are gone. Is there anybody is there a linebacker in the portal?
There's plenty of them, but for whatever reason, I don't feel like FSU's targeting them or not interested in them. Or we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of them. Somebody get on the phone with them Bama linebacker.
We'll see. I guess I don't know what's going on in the linebacker. I know they brought a couple guys. I thought I felt pretty good about the kid from Charlotte, but he hasn't pulled the trigger yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. So
man, forget that. What about them Bama linebackers?
So
we done hit them up for 4 players already, 3-4 players already. Let's see about them linebackers. Like
I'm assuming they have a plan, but until we see, we'll see.
$10 million. He better have a plan at linebacker.
And maybe they trust some of the young guys. I mean, I don't know, right? We're gonna know come spring how Omar Graham, Cryer, DeMarco Ward, Blake Nicholson, like these guys are gonna. If I'm that defensive staff, like I'm doing my damnness to get those guys ready to play football.
Cryer was that freshman. Cryer was the freshman.
Yeah.
That transferred
from Northwestern. Yep. After your boy got fired.
Yeah. Crazy. And
see, here's the thing. I don't disagree, but I don't. In the moment, I may have been very critical. Now that time has passed, I'll say this: I really don't want to take that Georgia game as like the end all be all. Like those linebackers shouldn't have been played. Well, they shouldn't have been in that game. And then what makes linebackers' job easier or defensive line? Well, none of your defensive linemen played in that game. So how do you really judge your linebacker play? A lot of that is like, yes, they were young. They're young. Of course, they were slow to the ball because they didn't even know to put a lot. This is a lot in that game.
Who was calling those plays? Was it?
What do you mean, Adam Fuller? Oh, you mean like who's on the field? Well, Deloach is the only. Deloach is the better. He's the only one that was there. That I almost wish he didn't play. If I'm being quite honest with you, because playing up next to those guys didn't help him look any better. Like you know what I'm saying? As a group, they didn't look good, and it's not like he was standing out. No, of course not. I mean, shout out to him for playing him. I kind of wish he didn't play.
I appreciate it, man. It didn't do him any favors, only because you can only You can only do so much. Like, he can't be the only one getting to the ball or knowing where the ball's going. I think we had one starter at each level.
This man said Randy recruits like he's Julius from Everybody Hates Chris.
Stingy with the money. We had really one big linebacker recruit in the past. Like,
Blake Nicholson's the best one we've had since I think Deloach. I think Deloach is Steven Dix. I think was a 4-star too. Kalen was a 4-star. Dix was a 4-star, and Blake. They're the only ones.
I mean, how I felt about Blake, but I also
appreciate you. Appreciate you, Williams, for the 99 cents. Keep going.
Oh, my bad. You know how I felt about Blake when we first got him. And then
I still think Blake could have a bright future.
Yeah, it's just gonna take some time for him to
He's just,
develop.
just gonna
Like
take
I
some
remember
time.
him, he's made some plays like prior to that game. What's up, Pope? That I remember he dropped back in coverage on the play, and I was like, well, damn, I didn't think he would get back there like that. I think he did give up the catch, but he was moving, and he can move a little bit. He's shown that he's solid in coverage, but
So let's talk about this because we spent a lot of time on the players, but this is the interesting part, and this is what I want to get to with the Norvell thing. Because one of the things that is rumored, I don't know if this is official or anything, but it's kind of been put out there. I'm calling it a rumor because I don't know if it's official, but it may be the truth. Is that along with Mike Norvell's raises, there's a budget raise for the staff and an increase in staff. So maybe we can help out the Randys and the Odells with a bigger, larger staff. That has been talked about with Mike Norvell's extension. Is hey, not only do you want to give you an extension, but man, we want to compete at the highest level.
how does that work? Like, how
What
do
do you
you
mean?
add? I mean, who are you
Oh
going to
no,
get
go
to improve
go
that
ask Nick,
staff? Like,
go ask Nick Saban because he had Nick Saban would have former NFL coaches being GAs. Like, don't ask me or analysts. Like, don't ask me how they figured that out. But they figured it out. So Florida State can
they just
figure
call
it
them
out
an
too. Just
analyst.
call them an analyst, right?
And what's their ability on the recruiting trail though? Like, what's their because there's limitations to that, right?
There's limitations to everything, but the teams find ways. Like, bro, you're talking about college football in 2023 is pretty much the wild west at this point.
I don't know why I'm quieter, man. Maybe it's my mic. He got that quality stuff over there.
I turned your volume up some more, maybe.
Yeah, I'm working on my setup.
But
I ain't as fancy as this guy over
a
here.
better staff for sure.
Yeah,
And then
because I mean, so he got a raise. They
the entire
promised more
staff got a
towards
raise.
everybody got, yeah, of course.
Entire
But
staff got a
they
raise, but Mike
promised
got
more towards facilities and recruitment budget was one of the phrases I saw. Recruitment budget was increased. Like that's something I saw. I don't know what does that mean? Like he in a PJ instead of the helicopter now? Like
I don't know. It's a great question.
what
I
are
have
we
no
doing?
idea, and I don't really
Because
care.
remember
If
he
you're
was
going to
taking the
increase the
chopper
budget,
everywhere.
yeah. If you're going to increase the budget, increase the budget.
My boy
I
Mike
mean,
was in that chopper all across Central Florida, bro.
NCAA already tried to slap us with whatever it is they tried to slap us with.
That's crazy, bro. Like now that I actually know what happened, like really,
everything about that situation is a joke.
really,
Everything from the actual offense to the punishment is even the punishment's a joke, which I ain't mad at. Like,
it's not that big of a deal. But what gets me is like everybody makes this big deal. Like there's everybody saying, "Oh, y'all was cheating." We like and then comparing it to what Michigan did. It's hilarious.
People who have common sense understand that they got Florida State for something that everybody has done. Now, the interesting part is the NCAA put out a statement claiming that FSU is the first of many, and they have maybe bigger cases against other universities. So we'll see what comes out. Yeah, we'll see what comes out.
Were we just highest on the alphabetical order? Like
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, it's hilarious, man, and the fact that Harley was the guy to report it. Was it what Hartley?
Somebody from Georgia. Yeah,
he used to be at UM.
And now he's at Georgia, tight end coach, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
Like I forget.
Makes sense.
Ted Hartley or some shit like that. It was hilarious, dude. Like and obviously I take all that stuff very seriously, but man, if that's the worst thing, because when they look at stuff like this, they do investigations. They try and dig a little deeper to see if anything else happened. If that's the worst thing they could find,
Well, one of the key,
Perfect.
I talked about it on the day the news broke. I get an emergency live stream.
Yeah.
One of the key phrases in that whole thing by the NCAA is it said there, the NCAA and Florida State agreed to these penalties, which means to me, Florida State was kind of like, okay,
Okay.
like this is what y'all want to do, okay, because obviously Florida State's not afraid to sue or fight, any type of ruling. So, yeah, FSU was kind of like, okay, let's get this over with, and two, one of the things I didn't realize until after the fact, I realized this after the live stream. FSU's already served half of this probation. Go back and read the penalties. Majority of the penalties took place this last season. Alex Atkins has already not been allowed to recruit for a time period, and it's 2023 to 2024 for a majority. I think there's only one thing that extends into 25. We went 13-0 on sanctions, and nobody knew it. We are already currently serving the sanction, and we were already currently serving the sanction during the season. Go back and read the official NCAA. Most of it is through 23 and 24. One half of it's already done. So really, it's a slap on the wrist. After next year, it's over with.
So they are. So we already have some of the scholarships cut.
Yeah, we already lost. Like that's what I'm saying.
On this class,
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
And technically, yeah, we served a bowl ban. Technically, we already were banned from the playoffs.
I was gonna be upset if we did end up with some type of postseason ban.
That would have pissed me off too.
That would have pissed me off.
Because that kills your recruiting. Tell kids they can't play in the
postseason. Yeah. Because a lot of all the kids do look forward to that, especially when you're coming in.
But no, we've already served half. We've already served half of this thing, man. Thing's done. I was like, wait a minute. We've already. So good job by Florida State by keeping this thing really under wraps until, now.
And then the fact that Atkins grabbed Ferguson, and then Leonard.
Oh,
after the news,
when the report came down, Atkins was on social media trolling the NCAA, doing a lot of subtweeting and all of that. So
you gotta love it, man.
Shout out to Atkins.
Oh man, you gotta love it. Hey, that's your boy too, man. I know that's your A1 from day one.
But
I don't know what happened there.
Where was we about to move to? So that's the Mike Norvell. We talked about his contract, players. What do you think about What do you think about Nick Saban and DeBoer? Like, what?
I don't think Saban's completely done.
It doesn't seem like it, does it? I don't like that situation.
Something happened, bro. Something's going on. Even how quiet he is, bro. Like I saw, like some guys like, "Hey, coach, you want to say anything to the fans?"
I don't want to.
Ignore the people.
I don't want to put my tinfoil hat on, but nobody can. Nobody wants to take a job and then have the legend still there in the same building with the office that still has input. Like,
what's he doing?
He's still a part of the program in some shape, form, or fashion. He still works for Alabama from everything I'm reading.
Something's going on, man.
I already don't know.
Do you think that's why guys like Norvell and Lanning were like, "Oh hell no"?
No, I think a couple guys just used it for a raise.
Did Norvell use it for a raise?
I think if DeBoer would have declined, I think they would have really went after Mike. But I think looking back on it, and I said this when Nick Saban announced his retirement, Nick Saban didn't wake up. I think it was a Wednesday he announced he was retiring. He didn't wake up Wednesday and tell Alabama he was retiring.
I'm done.
So they knew, and whoever they had probably already had conversations with the person they wanted. So I think a lot of people probably use it as a.
Do you think the board was the guy that they wanted, and they went out and got him?
Yeah, I think they probably spun the wheels on Lanning a little bit. But Lanning had a very expensive buyout, and there's a lot of contractual things that come with the Oregon job that Bama probably said to themselves, you're not really worth that money at this part of your career. You still haven't won anything. You recruit pretty well, but as a coach, you ain't won anything. I think DeBoer was the next guy.
Is Saban still going to be involved in the recruiting process?
I don't know what Saban's role is. I just know he's still there.
He there. So he's not really gone. Which honestly, like these past few years, like has it really been him as a coach that everybody is feared?
What do you mean?
Like, has his coaching of the players been what's really been?
Well, don't do that because when Bobby Bowden was Bobby Bowden sat in a damn golf cart and didn't do anything.
I agree. I understand. I'm not taking any credit for him. I don't want to do that at all.
But my point is, most coaches, once they get to that point, they've developed the staff. They've put people in positions to the point where I'm just here, and I'm the head man, and I'm making sure everything's going. But I'm just here,
like making sure my program is.
You feel me? And I think he was definitely moving at that point. I think honestly, Nick Saban got sick of chasing around these 16-year-old kids, man, and I don't blame him. I think college coaches are a special bunch because the way these kids move now, fuck these kids.
But
bro.
That's what he's great at. I felt like that's what he was best
10
at.
years ago, Nick Saban ain't a fan of the NIL and all this stuff. He's not a fan of that stuff.
Enough, so that's
you got to remember,
some kids are not liking him on the trail. Like,
you have to remember. You need to remember, Saban used to be the coach that when a kid from his program wanted to hit the transfer portal, coaches used to have the power. They could tell you, or they could dictate where you couldn't go. They could say you can't transfer anywhere within the SEC. Yeah. You can't transfer anywhere within the state of Florida. Saban used to be notorious for when a kid wanted to transfer from Bama, he would limit the places they could go. Yeah. So I know he hates the transfer portal rule, even though he uses it. Even
nowhere, like none of the
you can't go to none of your rivals, can't go to nowhere in the state of Alabama. Saban used to be notorious for that.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, that's gonna be an interesting situation, man. Like what he has to deal with the program moving forward. I ain't mad at people getting paid off that situation. I would have did the same thing if I was in their shoes. Whether we talking about did Lennon get a raise too?
No. I know Sark got an extension, though I don't think it's related to the coaching search. I don't think Sark was ever really in play for that job. Texas is arguably a better job. Mike got an extension. I think that's it. Lanning, I don't believe got one.
Hey, you heard? You see what this dude saying, man? I don't know who this is. Who is RQ?
Oh, why are you entertaining Miami fans? Guess who's
it's just something to laugh at. It's hilarious. I don't know how that works.
Unless you're telling me Jeremiah didn't enroll already, then
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's already enrolled.
If didn't send in his LOI, then maybe you're right.
Who knows? Congratulations.
Miami fans are a special bunch, bro.
Hey, but this is what I was told was going to change everything, man. They got their quarterback. They're ready to compete for ACC championship.
We really about to pivot to So before we pivot to that, I was gonna get to Tyler's. His press conference was even a little off. If you're gonna watch that press conference,
I ain't looking.
I felt like they talked more about Saban than they talked about their brand new coach. I don't know. Like I think DeBoer is a good offensive mind, a good play caller. I think he's a good coach. Period. I just think he's the guy following the legend, and the legend's still in the building. Like I just don't know if that's going to be
What
a
didn't
good
I
situation
feel
for
like
him.
that happened with didn't Don Shula like hang around the program around the Dolphins for a while?
I think he did.
Who was it? Somebody, yeah, Don Shula was still like around there, and
I mean,
it
what's
just
the name?
wasn't.
Philip Fulmer did it at Tennessee.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just one of those like,
wasn't the coach, and he retired as a coach, became the AD, but then as the AD, he's on the field trying to just undermining his own coach. Like it doesn't work. Like, and I'm not saying Saban's going to do any of that, but just the pressure of having Nick in the same building as you.
yeah, it's
Like if I'm
way
gonna take
too
that
much.
job, one of the things if I'm taking that job is like, look, no disrespect, Nick, but you got to get as far away from Tuscaloosa as possible. I don't want you around.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't have took the job anyway. It's just too. I think Jared mentioned it. Like they 2-3 year coaches away now.
That's not. I mean, I think in about 3 years, but the Bama's going to be going through this this coaching search again.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's not a knock on the board. I just don't know if that situation's conducive to the
No.
whoever the coach would have been. I think just would have been facing an uphill battle.
If he
Unless you got a
loses three
guy,
games,
like the only like I know people don't want to hear this because they think his time has passed, and to a degree, I do think his time has passed. But if you would have got a guy like Dabo, he's the only guy I see that can go into that situation and say, I got not only do I have my own rings, I beat you for one of these rings. Right? But you went and got a guy that don't have that kind of cachet. So, and quite frankly, there's not a lot of guys left in college football with that cachet.
yeah,
One of the great things about I think Nick Saban retiring is that it breeds the new era for these young coaches.
that's really what it is,
I
man.
mean,
There isn't a big bad wolf. There isn't a.
Kirby's kind of flirting on that big bad wolf pedestal right now, right? He's flirting with greatness. Kirby Smart. Anytime you go
If he
back,
wins another one in the next 3
yeah.
years,
And
yeah, he's that guy.
anytime you go back to back, right? You're flirting with greatness. But honestly, with the retirement of like, the goat, the king of college football, it really Mike Norvell, the young coaches, Dan Lanning, a lot of these young guys now have an opportunity to make their mark in the game.
Hey, Tyler, man, handle this dude. What
Who?
are you doing?
What happened? I'm not even reading the chat. What's going on, chat?
Turd slicer? Like what the?
Who are we talking about?
This guy, his name is Turd Slicer. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, bro. Like saying weird shit.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and block him. How about that?
I don't know how I would do it, so I don't know how to do it when I'm on the.
Don't worry, I got him. He's out of here.
It completely threw me off as I was reading what people were saying. Like, who is FSU's biggest rivalry next year? Who are we looking at?
I think the Miami game would be pretty good.
Especially
now we can get into the Cam Ward conversation, right?
Cam would be the reason why that game's going to be a little bit better.
And Miami's recruited at a clip, that makes that game more competitive. I think. I think Florida faces another bad situation like they did this past. And the schedule's worse, right? And the schedule's worse.
Oh yeah.
And
by the time, 4 games,
bro, and by the time we play them, they might be so beat up. That team might
win 3 or 4 games.
The team might legit quit. So Miami, I think, is going to be the more competitive game, kind of like it was this year, quite frankly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
because Tate handled them pretty well.
But we'll see. We'll get to know because Miami and Florida play each other to start the season.
Oh so yeah,
we'll know. We'll know who's kind of the better team.
In Gainesville too.
Is it in Gainesville?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. August 31st in game. I'm looking at it right now. Know what? I would not be shocked to see them start off. If the Gators can beat Miami, their first 3 games, they can start off 3-0 easily. All 3 in Gainesville against Miami, Sanford, and Texas A&M. If they beat Miami, yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
Well, it's not hard to beat Miami.
But after that,
anytime this guy right here is the coach, it's not hard to beat Miami.
But yeah, they lose to Mississippi State. Who knows what happens against UCF? But then they lose to Tennessee, Kentucky,
Florida plays UCF,
LSU. Yep.
Florida has a chance to lose to all the Florida schools. They better hope that doesn't happen.
Hey, imagine they get kicked out the Big 3. Imagine UCF kick them out the Big 3, bro. Hey, RQ, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't think Gators gonna beat you. I'm just saying that's what they were. It was a hypothetical. But they could start the season off 2-1, and everybody be like, it's not that bad for them. But
look how they started the season off this past year. They beat Tennessee, and everybody thought Florida was on the way, and then.
Bro, they could lose to UCF, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and us.
Bro, those are all
to close out the year.
Come on, bro. Who they beat?
Close out the freaking year, bro. That's a 3-win season, man. At best, they're looking at 3 to 4 wins, bro. Ain't no way. Now, their best bet is they got Kentucky and Gainesville. They not beating Louisville and Ole Miss.
Who somebody transferred? Who transferred to Kentucky to play quarterback? Didn't they get another transfer over there? I feel like somebody else went over there to play quarterback for them, but I can't remember who.
Let me take a look. I think they did get somebody. I can look that up.
He's only here because they got look. Miami fans are predictable. Something good happens for that fan base, and they show up like roaches.
I love it, man. Show up.
He wasn't anywhere to be found when he thought Poffenberger was going to be his quarterback.
Yo, hey, does that change that kid's commitment though?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on with that.
I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm out of here.
Rutenberger. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what
Poffenberger.
I don't know what Rutenberger is going to do.
Poffenberger. I don't think Kentucky got a quarterback, bro.
I could have sworn I heard, but you might be right. So Kentucky might be a game.
Looking at all the quarterbacks
as Mark Stoops tries to. Riley Leonard he went to Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken.
Casey Thompson went to Oklahoma. That's interesting.
Yeah, I feel bad for Miami's quarterback right here, man. That man was coming over there to be the starter, and they went and got Cam Ward.
Yo, what's this? Hey, that man had like
Poof and Stoof thought he was going to be the quarterback.
25 turnovers in D2. He had like 25 turnovers, bro. I think he had like, well, maybe I'm wrong. I think he had like 14, 15 interceptions and like 7, 8 fumbles.
He had more interceptions than TVD had.
Damn, that's a lot.
What's up, Melly Mel?
Melly Mel.
Peter said, you said, look, okay. Only because Peter asked for it. RQ is drunk. I want to know what RQ is drinking.
Hey, RQ, I need some of that. What you got? You ain't got nothing? I'm on some 1800 and Grand Marnier, man.
Yeah. I ain't even.
I think this is my first. No, I drank the other night, but you know,
I love Touchdown Timothy. He's so wrong that it's funny.
Who the fuck is that?
He's a Twitter guy who makes all these wild UM predictions, and he's always wrong. But he says it with such conviction that you gotta love it. You gotta love everything about him. Shout out to Peter with $4.
Hey, that guy who
$4 sticker.
Who said all that shit about Cam Ward being their quarterback, bro. It's hilarious that he just lucked up and it's all flipped around for him.
That's the guy he's
I haven't
talking
looked
about.
at him on Twitter. That's him?
Who are you talking about?
I guess that's him then. Maybe
Because that's the guy I'm talking about.
Bro, I know he probably going wild.
He was saying stuff like, according to my sources, Cam Ward is already committed to Miami. He was saying this all like a month ago. It was hilarious.
Bro.
And then he committed today.
He's going wild right now, man.
I was like, oh yeah, Timothy about to turn up on y'all on Twitter.
Hey, let him live, man. Let him live. You gotta love it, man. Now, let me be clear. I think it's a great pickup.
No, listen, in a vacuum, look, I'm gonna separate the two. And in a vacuum, I've been saying Cam Ward was my pick for the quarterback if I was FSU. Yeah. Now, the way Florida State's filling out the roster, I think they're going to complement DJ very well. But for me, I thought Cam Ward was a better quarterback. I don't change my opinion just because he went to Miami. I don't care about that. That don't mean you're going to beat us.
He's definitively the better college quarterback. And, I mean, I only say that because I made that caveat because people look for certain things in NFL quarterbacks and, you know, prototypes and all that. So maybe DJ might have some things that people look at.
You gotta take into account who he's playing for too. I mean, the man don't have a
no better now.
Exactly. I don't. Mario's track record of these quarterbacks so far hasn't been glowing. I mean, shout out to Cam. He can go there though, and hopefully maybe he turns that trend around. But if you're telling what I don't understand. If you're telling me you wanted to declare for the draft and the grades you got back weren't great, Miami's going to improve your draft grade?
Nope.
Like, that's a wild concept to me if you're Cam Ward. So it doesn't make that aspect of it don't make sense. But Cam Ward can go to Miami. We good. Hey, you got and whoever lined up at quarterback at the end of the day don't matter. We're going to line it up and the best team going to win.
So I just want to be clear on where you stand on something, and you mentioned it a few times. I just want to put it on what you're saying. Our portal class has been built around DJ.
I think offensively, for sure.
It's been built around DJ.
You can't tell me. Look at who they've added. Now Jaylen Brown is a guy they wanted out of high school. But again, he's
actually aren't all these guys we recruited out of high school or where like initially we were in their recruitment.
So I like
Ferguson, I remember.
Yes, Terrence Ferguson. We were recruiting heavy.
Jaylen Brown. Lucas, obviously, we're probably somewhere on that.
Jalen Lucas, I don't recall if we ever recruited him, and I don't even know if he was a big time guy coming out of high school.
His brother.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm
sure conversations were had though. We know we know about the guy.
And then just the way you add.
I remember Ricky.
And then
I remember Leonard being on
again adding the big time. I don't know I think they did recruit Malik Benson as well. I don't 100% remember, but I'm pretty sure they spun the block on Malik Benson back when he was coming out of JUCO. So, but you adding over the top speed and again the power, big bodies in the middle of your O line. I think that's all built around DJ.
Hey man,
I think it's all built around DJ. And
I don't mind running the goddamn ball.
And then Rodell Williams, again, you're adding a guy who is, I mean, the man ran for 500 and something yards at Bama this past year. So he was a part of their rotation. He averaged 5 yards a carry. And Bama didn't have the greatest O-line collectively this year that they usually have. So you're getting some quality guys, man.
Yeah, I ain't mad at all, man. I feel like we came out. So far, this class is looking real solid. I want to see how it turns out for. Oh, that's crazy.
What's that?
You know, he ended up most of the carries against UGA.
He had like 60-some yards against Georgia.
Yeah, 62.
Yeah.
So he was getting the carries. Like he got the bulk of the carries in that game. But I think, man, we're looking at a situation where we're gonna run the ball a lot. I don't see anybody who's gotten better than us. who's improved to the point of being better than us. No change, significant changes have been made in the ACC.
You mean the ACC?
Yeah, in the ACC.
Yeah.
I fully expect us to win it again. I don't think anything on our schedule says anything
No, I think
otherwise.
you can book your tickets to Charlotte. Believe it or not, I know
Yeah.
Miami's gonna come into the season with a ton of expectations, but they do that every offseason.
Not worried about Clemson at all.
Yeah, Clemson, man. Dabo is dying on this hill.
They really not paying them boys, bro.
He is dying on this hill, and I can't believe like what's happening over there.
Are they really not paying them boys though? Like they not?
They are. I don't know what they're paying. I just know he hasn't attacked the portal in like 2 to 3 straight years, and he's not attacked the portal at all this offseason. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, what kind of roster are you trying to fill if you don't?
Because you're losing guys to the portal,
right? So what kind of? I don't get it. I don't get what Dabo Swinney's doing. I don't get what he's doing. He's gonna get left.
If you a college football coach and you not recruiting the portal, what is you doing? Like if Jalen Ramsey's quote on that could be fixed. If you a college football coach and you not recruiting the portal, what is you doing, bro? Like there's no way. It's way too much proven talent and guys who can contribute day one, and it's been proven. Mike's proven it. Hell, guys have transferred to all types of schools and proven, hey, I can come in here and push you to that level.
That's the thing about the portal that kills me when people try to either criticize it or say you taking backups, Johnny Wilson was a no-name.
At all.
Nobody even wanted him out of the portal.
Like you gonna get
Trey Benson had 0 production out of Oregon.
That's what kills me when people are like, oh well, y'all just take proven talents and they all these guys.
It's a stupid argument. Y'all don't.
Man,
we either gonna talk ball or we just gonna troll because new opportunities, new system, all of those things go into who the coaches take and who they don't take out of the portal. I'm not saying everyone hits, everyone doesn't hit. Micah Pittman didn't hit. You feel me?
Like still play solid, but he wasn't.
I mean, right. Not everybody hits, but you could definitely find big time players in the transfer portal, man.
Like even like people talk about Coleman, like he was a proven talent.
Well, look at Keir Thomas.
Like he wasn't going first round, bro.
But look at
Coleman wasn't going first round.
Keir Thomas is an awesome example. This man played 4 years at South Carolina and got 4 sacks in 4 years. He came to Florida State and doubled that production pretty much in 1 year. Nobody would have guessed that. Why is that?
And got drafted. He'd have been selling insurance or working for Enterprise. And instead he in the NFL right now.
So people make too much about what the portal is and what it isn't. Just because a guy wasn't effective at his last school, don't mean he won't come to the new school with a new work ethic or whatever.
Yeah, and you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna miss on some guys. Some guys you're gonna hit.
And that's high school recruiting too, which is again why it kills me that people make these arguments about the portal. You do the same in high school. Some of those 5-star hits, some of those 5 stars you never hear from again.
At all.
It's no different. It's no different.
I feel like, and then I've grown to trust Norvell's I'll use the word discernment, and the recruiting staff that he has on board as far as identifying the talent in the portal. I mean, we've come out on top in that situation, man. I mean, I know somebody tried to bring up what's his name, Milton. When we brought Milton in,
you can't bring McKenzie and Milton in. But
I was like, bro, relax, bro. Man, freaking shattered his leg.
Well, you know. They took a flyer on McKenzie.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay, that
somebody trying to bring up, like, but you're gonna hit and you're gonna miss. At the end of the day, if that's the case, past 3 years, we can say that UM's been missing on their high school recruits.
I don't pay attention.
We're the portal.
But you can't pay attention to anything Miami says. Like RQ's just in the chat talking nonsense.
I started ignoring him too.
If you ask RQ right now, who's your starting wide receiver, he's gonna say the guy that just got arrested today.
Wait, who got arrested today? Who got arrested?
Jacoby George.
No, for real?
That's it. Yeah. Number 3.
Jacoby got. Oh dang. I mean, I hate to hear this.
If I say who's your starting DN, Ruben Bain, and who playing opposite of him, what are they gonna say? Najee Kelly, a young man who hasn't been able to stay healthy his entire career either. Pretty much in the same boat as Marvin Jones Jr., but I bet you they're banking on Najee Kelly to give him something. But FSU's wrong for banking on Marvin Jones Jr. to give them something. Like we can spin the block and go back and forth over these stupid, non-talking points.
And that's why I don't necessarily worry too much about it.
If I go, who's replacing Leonard Taylor? He's gonna say Justin Scott. Well, that's a true freshman. You have no idea what he's gonna be. But let me guess, because he's a 5-star, you have all this big time expectations of him. Well, it's no different than me having expectations over a big time transfer portal.
I'm fine with that,
bro. It's Miami depending on as many
great players though.
Who? Miami?
They have some guys that I think are going to be great NFL players.
They have
who's that guard? Was it 58?
Maui Goa is their O-line. I mean, I've been high on Maui Goa since.
That boy gonna be nasty at the next level.
Yeah, too. I think Maui Goa's a first-round pick.
Yeah, and he's a guard, right?
No, he's a tackle. Legit left tackle, bro.
Oh, man, why am
I don't know if he played left tackle this year because he's a freshman. He might have played right. But Maui Goa is
right there.
A legit tackle.
Because I thought the left tackle was somebody else, but they got some guys on that O-line is nasty, man. Which is crazy because you would think the running backs would do a lot better behind them.
Well, Fletcher was okay. I think he got hurt in that bowl game. Got hurt in that bowl game.
Ain't really
outside of their O-line, that is nothing. The secondary's cheeks.
How is their pass protection?
Ruben Bain he's good, but I'm interested to see what he does that sophomore year where it's like we're scheming for you now. Because later in the year when teams started to scheme for Bain, the production dipped.
Oh, it dipped.
I mean, I'm definitely interested to see what happens with Bain.
Did he get a sack in the last 4 games?
That's a great question. You can look it up, but I don't know. When teams started chipping him and paying attention to his side of the field, and he started kind of not becoming a factor
when they was
in games.
Comparing him to remember they was comparing him to
Verse and all of that. Yeah,
he ended up with less sacks, by the way.
And then Verse finished the season mauling offensive linemen.
Over the last 5 games, the only sack he had was against Boston College.
That's there you go.
He did have a forced fumble and
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm interested to see Bain's progression. But Bain's a good player. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys aren't good just because they play for a different team. But outside of those 2 players, I don't know, man. There's nothing on Miami's roster that I would be like, yeah, I'm definitely taking that over what I got. Nah. That's just me, though.
I'll take that.
Unless Basaint want to hit the transfer portal, I'll take him. He can come on over here and play some backer.
Oh man!
And Basaint he hasn't even really looked that hot, but he's probably better than what. Probably better than what we got. He's probably better than what we got.
I wouldn't mind it, but he where he want to be.
Man, that's because they got Cam Ward, Miller. When Miami fans get good news, they come. They need to come talk to the light skinned dude from Polk County. Basically,
this is what they feel comfortable at. They don't even want to go talk to Luke. They want to go brag about it to him. They want approval from ALO, man. That's all it is.
I think it's a good pickup for him. That's a legit good pickup for him. They needed it because I'm telling you right now, like I said, if Puff and Snuff was not that. Wrong picture.
What the fuck?
Wrong picture.
I need that hoodie though.
If Puffin stuff was running out there quarterback next year, they was gonna be in a lot of trouble. I'm telling you that right now. They was gonna be in a lot of trouble.
I really don't think he would beat out Brown, bro.
I would hope not.
Bro, ain't no
I
way,
would hope not.
I want to be clear. I actually like that kid, Brown.
Brown's got tools.
I like his tools.
Brown's got tools.
If he hit the portal, he might find someone.
Brown's got tools.
Utilize him right.
But you have to have an offense that kind of designed around him. I think it's the problem, and I don't know. Miami has that.
If he went to the right situation, I think he could make himself a day 3 pick. I think that highly of him. I like Ja'Cory Brown. Now maybe he's just a tight end, you know, but he has the tools, man, to be that he could go somewhere and play quarterback for somebody and make himself into a day 3 pick easily. Put up some numbers. I think he could rush for 700 yards and throw for 3,500.
Ja'Cory Brown,
wide open offense. Yeah, I like him. I really do, bro. Even though he got tossed like a rag doll by who did that to him? Oh boy.
that was Jamie.
Yeah, you know he got tossed.
Oh, like you mean this? Doll.
Bitch, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Abused that young man. Absolutely abused him.
That's wow. Hey, wait, what's going on with the wild card game? Something happened?
It looks like the Chiefs are dominating.
19-7, they ain't dominating, but okay. Oh, they about to score again.
I mean, I like the way what's his name run the ball, man. Pachenko.
Boy, run hard every single time.
Yeah.
He runs how Carlos used to run in college. Carlos used to run like he was trying to run through a brick wall every single time. Only he's smaller, more compact.
Tua with a deep shot, and he overthrew Waddle. And it's 26-7, not 19-7.
Yeah, it's 26-7. Well, you know, blame ESPN. Yeah, that game done.
Yeah, no, it's done.
That's done.
I mean, there's 11 minutes left, but yeah, that game's done.
Yeah, that game done. Mahomes not going to give up and let somebody score 19 points and he don't answer. Mahomes not letting that go down. Tyreek would have to go insane for them to have any chance.
850 says, I think it'll be great if FSU wins the regular season game and then the ACC championship against Miami. Well, first of all, Miami would have to make that game.
They only made one.
Yeah, first they would have to make that game.
15, 18 years? Is it 20 whole years they've been in?
They've been in the ACC for a long time now.
I thought it was like 18 years, but it might be 20. Like, I mean, that's crazy. Sean Murphy. You know anything about Sean Murphy?
Sean Murphy?
The linebacker at Alabama?
No.
I honestly don't know anything about them to be truthful, but I feel like they might be better than what we have. So
that kind of becomes the trend with these talking about linebackers. Like, there's some guys that I don't know how good they are. But I've seen my guys play. Yeah, I've seen my guys play.
Like, is it possible that they could be better than ours?
So Sean Murphy, Alabama linebacker Sean Murphy has entered the portal. He was a top 70 player coming out.
They got a 5'8", 190-pound linebacker at Alabama. Boy, these some walk-ons if I ever seen them, boy. It's like you can spot the walk-ons, bro. This dude's dad. Who is this? This dude's dad must be loaded. If you 5'8" and 190 and play linebacker at Alabama, he must run a Fortune 500 company, bro.
What year did Sean Murphy come out?
Sean Murphy is a freshman from Virginia. He did not see the field very much.
Yes.
Is there a reason why you're recommending this guy? He's actually going into year 3 for him.
He's recommending him because in the composite, he was the number 72 player overall.
Okay.
So he had a 97 grade coming out of high school. He's 6'2", 215.
I don't want him. I want the motherfuckers that was playing.
Shit, no, I'll take him. I'll take him. I'll take him.
I hear you, but I
take
kind of want the guys who was on the field.
I'll take him. 6'2", 215. That's right in Randy Shannon wheelhouse. That should be a Randy special as far as I'm concerned. Like,
hey, for all we know, Randy already talked about. Hey, but I want to get back to that. How much money does your dad have to make for you to be a 5'8", 190-pound linebacker on Alabama's roster? Come on, somebody tell me, man.
You gotta have scout. You gotta have scouts.
Bro, ain't. How much money, bro? I need to make that much money, bro. I'm just saying.
Paul, would you go after Alabama's Isaiah Bolden? I'm hearing he's going to Texas, but I think at this point, I don't think FSU needs to add another receiver.
We went after him. We recruited him pretty hard.
I think we're good.
We recruited him pretty hard. Not Isaiah Bolden. That's his name?
I know who he's talking about. The guy that
I was about to say, but the guy he's talking about, we recruited pretty hard. Isaiah Bond. Because he's out of Buford.
He's talking about Bond. That's what he's talking about. Bond, not Bolden.
Bond.
He's talking about
Bond. I know we was trying to go after Bond. Of course we would take, if Bond wanted to come here, of course we would take him, yes. We'll figure it out. But I don't think we're looking
I guess.
At this point. You would say no, like, hey, look, I'm really interested in being a part of this, what y'all doing. You're gonna
no, I don't know if I'd say no. I'm just saying at this point, like, damn, I mean, we got to focus on some other things besides skill positions.
Look, if that means portier or
I mean, yeah,
hit the portal. Oh well.
And both of them already re-up with Battle's End, so they're not going anywhere. Allegedly. Right. I mean, I guess there's a way out of it, I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Of course. I think Battle's End, if they well listen, I gotta get this money to Bond now. They'll be fine.
Ooh, 38 almost got a nasty pick.
We not getting ain't no more tall wide receivers out there, man. We ain't got nobody else for y'all. We at where we at. Hakeem and what's that? How tall is Moore?
Who?
Moore.
Elijah Moore? He's 6'4".
Yeah. That's all we get.
I'm saying we got enough receivers.
Yeah, we got some tall people out there, you know. We got some short people.
But I'm pretty sure I think we still got some spots left, man. I think we can still add another 2 or 3 portal players if I'm not mistaken.
Who is there anybody out there that you're looking at is like, you know what? I wouldn't mind going after that guy in the portal.
Okay, let's look at the list. Because off the top of my head, nah.
I'm going to look at linebackers. Sean Murphy is one of the top linebackers. He just hit the portal today. That's why he was brought up.
I say take him. If it's me, I'm taking him. Offensively, I'm going to look at tight ends. Like if there's a position on the offense, I would say a tight end. And there aren't any available tight ends. Like every single tight end has the top tight end in the portal right now is Tanner. I don't know how to say that last name. Kozel.
Whoever that is, he can stay where he at.
Now he's 6'7", 240.
We got that already.
But he's coming from Ball State.
We got that. We got Morlock. I'm actually I'm really high on Morlock.
I like Morlock a lot.
I think Morlock is gonna be that.
Yeah, Rick's hit the portal, which would be a big deal if FSU didn't sign maybe the best DB room in the country.
And grab Little out of it.
And grab Earl Little out of it, right. So Rick's would be a big deal if we didn't do all of that. So
I don't think we go after Rick's.
No, I don't think Rick's is either going to Georgia to follow his DB coach.
Which is, yeah.
Or he's going to LSU, who I think finished second in that recruitment initially out of high school. I would like to see him at LSU personally. Pyro says he doesn't post much, but he has a legitimate question. Let's keep it in mind also that Ward led his team to a 5-7 season. So just how good is he? Well, again, I think Ward's a good quarterback, and I think that he didn't have a lot of talent around him. So all of those things come into consideration. Though I understand ultimately quarterbacks get judged by wins and losses. So I understand that. I understand that. But I still think he's a good quarterback.
I don't blame that on him because they beat teams they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm. Hell, they should have beat Washington at the end of the year, right? They was right in that game. So
yeah, he kept them in a lot of games that they weren't really in. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
And like Encyclopedia right here just kind of says like Pac-12 was really tough this year too. So
yeah, it really was. I'll give them that. Now they don't play defense, but nobody played defense over there. So, but on the other end of that, Washington is.
I think that's another
national championship game.
Y'all know how we do when Terrence is on the show. We just talk, right? So to get back to that DeBoer conversation we have, Hugh Freeze is going to be a problem for DeBoer.
Hey yo, he would kill him on the trail,
bro. And that's what I'm saying. Hugh Freeze is already
kill him.
He's gonna assassinate him recruiting wise. I ain't mad at it. I mean, I'm no Bama hater, but I ain't mad at it. If you tell me Bama taking a step back, cool with me. Somebody's got to fill the void. Hopefully it's FSU.
I love it.
No, Briggs has already hit the portal. He's already personally announced hitting the portal as well. There's rumors that Briggs is going to end up. I wish him the best too. I actually wish we could have kept him just because of the depth rotation. But
would have been great.
He's an Orlando native, so there's a lot of talk of him going to UCF.
Go ball out, bro. Go ball out. Go home. Make an impact. Beat. Okay. Something started playing in my ear. Sorry. Man.
What is Bama's schedule? I don't know.
It doesn't really matter to me. I'm sorry.
Briggs going to Colorado. He might. I heard him linked to UCF, but we'll see where he goes.
I'll look at what Bama's schedule is right quick. Let's take a look.
And that's true too. He's in the portal, but he still also has to get approved for his 7th year. So he's kind of like Briggs. So he's kind of like in no man's land right now. Like he's not.
He might have to go pro.
Yeah, he's not even sure he's going to be allowed to play college ball next year. So
the Alabama 2024 schedule, they play. I can see Alabama starting the year off 2-2.
What's the first 4 games?
West Kentucky, South Florida, Wisconsin, and Georgia.
If he starts 2-2 with that schedule, he's already behind the curve. He's already they're gonna ask for his head after the
3-1 is the best. 3-1.
3-1
best case scenario
will be acceptable. Well, the best case scenario is obviously 4-0. But 3-1,
they're not beating Georgia.
I'm not saying they'll beat them, but that's the best case scenario. But 3-1 will be like nobody will be like, oh my god, right? But you cannot lose to Wisconsin, Western Kentucky, and who's the other team? USF. You better not lose one of those schools.
I got him finishing at.
He starts 2-2, and it's a wrap.
I got him finishing at 10-3.
What's the 3 losses?
I got him losing to Georgia, LSU, and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's going to be interesting. It's going to depend on how good Jackson Arnold is. I'm a Jackson Arnold fan. Boy. Yeah, I'm a fan too.
No.
So I'm going to
be
watching.
Not a fan.
I'm a fan.
I'm a Jackson Arnold fan. I'm
not going to argue with you. With
Jackson
that said,
Arnold's my quarterback.
It's going to depend on how well Arnold plays for Oklahoma.
If Jackson Arnold decides he wants to enter the portal, he is more than welcome to come to Florida State, and I'll help to contribute to the NIL. Like, I'm just saying.
How much you got on it?
Let me check my savings and my check-ins and move some money around, and I'll let you know. I gotta talk to my wife too, but we'll figure it out. He coming. But no, Jackson Arnold's. I gotta watch him play. I think I mentioned it on here a couple times. That dude's serious. He's for real. And he's a winner as well. He puts it all out there. He's gonna do everything he can to win the goddamn game. But I think 9-4 is a reasonable expectation for their schedule.
When's the last time Bama didn't win 10 games plus in a regular season? Like, I hate to do that to DeBoer, but that's what he signed up for. The moment you start,
10, right?
Bro, the moment you start talking about 9 and 8 games, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it.
The losable games here for me.
You can't trail the legend, bro. Like it's gonna be tough for him. It's gonna be tough.
The losable games for me. I'm gonna remove LSU. LSU, they don't have Jalen anymore.
No, but your boy is still nice though. Is it Nussmeier?
I wasn't worried about him if we had to play against him.
I kind of like him.
Well,
but keep going.
All right, so but let's say I have it. If they lose 4 games, losable games, Georgia, Wisconsin, I jumped the gun on that. I'm not saying.
Yeah, you jumping the gun on Wisconsin. Bro.
Yeah, I jumped the gun on that. Georgia,
obviously, Georgia, LSU. Do they play
Oklahoma
Ole Miss?
and Auburn? They do not. They got Tennessee and South Carolina, but
they miss Ole Miss. South Carolina's no good. I'm not worried about South Carolina.
Tennessee, I don't think.
Tennessee's going to be interesting to see how they.
Who's that quarterback for them?
That freshman that played in the bowl game. I think he's going to be there. He was like the number 1 kid coming out. I forget his name.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah. So Tennessee might have a little squad.
He's going 1, 2, 3, 4.
I heard he played really well.
About 7 games in.
I heard he played really well in the bowl game, even though I didn't watch it.
He's going to be 7 games in too, so he's going.
Yeah,
he know what he's doing about it.
Tennessee might have a squad, a little squad. Yeah, Nico's his name. Yeah,
they can give him a tough run. We'll see how that turns out. Because if Nico's the quarterback, he go. Oh yeah, he gonna be in there. He got Chattanooga, NC State, Kent State, Oklahoma is gonna be his first real test. Then Arkansas and Florida. He gonna be ready for Bama.
Auburn's gonna be interesting, depending on who that quarterback is over there. But not Kirby, but Hugh might be another year away before he's ready to make some real noise.
10 games, bro. He has to.
DeBoer, I'm trying to tell you.
Gotta win 10
I'm trying to tell you, it's not even a joke. I think 10-2 would be acceptable. And I'm talking about regular season. I'm not talking about the bowl game 10 wins. I'm talking about he needs to win 10 games in the regular season, bro.
Damn, why you guys know
that? That's the job he took, though.
Basically, he needs to have a top 15 season.
That's the job he took.
So how much of a staff does he have to rebuild? Because we already saw old boy slide.
Well,
T-Rob
not only the staff, but look at the roster, bro. How many Bama players have hit the portal since? Like the entire roster. He's got his work cut out for him, bro. And the reason why the players are hitting the roster is because if Bama had hired Dabo, I think Dabo keeps a majority of them guys on the roster because Dabo recruited them out of high school. And plus he recruited the guys out of high school. Dabo goes head to head with Nick Saban on the recruiting trail.
All the time.
So those guys are familiar with Dabo Swinney. None of these guys were on Alabama was recruited by DeBoer. They don't even know this guy. He don't recruit the area. I just think he's in for.
Who are you, sir? Why are you talking to me right now? You coach what team? The team I play for?
And if you telling me this man finna bring some of his Washington players over to fill in Exactly. You gonna bring in some Washington players to fill the holes at Bama? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
And don't he have a quarterback following him? I think he's got a quarterback.
He definitely won't get fired, Tyler. But the fans are gonna turn.
Eight-win season.
Here's the question. The question for Alabama is: are they gonna elect? What's the program's expectation of him? And we already know what the fans' expectation of him is, right? If the program can suffer through 8-4, 9-3, or 8-4, 8-4 the first 2 seasons, they can suffer through that. Maybe that third year he gets them back to where they, in the playoff run.
Oh, that's cool.
But if they keep turning over the roster the way they're doing, and guys keep hitting the portal, like I think I saw something that said Will Howard's going to Alabama, which means Milroe is probably going to be following in the transfer portal soon. Like,
I think he's already in the portal. I think.
No, there was a fake. There was a
That was
fake.
fake? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was something fake that released today that was a troll account. But the Will Howard thing came from the Will Howard came. What I saw came from the official college football transfer page. So I think Will Howard might be going to Bama because he was committed to Washington, and then
Where baby Tua going?
He's not approved for his for another year yet.
Oh, he not.
So his ass ain't going nowhere but to the house.
You said Will Howard or Rogers?
Yeah. Howard, I think it was. He was the quarterback at Kansas State.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Now I'm just running through something. You remember Gunnar Gundy? Gundy's son?
Well, Terrell, if he wins a natty next year, then all this conversation is for nothing.
I see Will Howard's at Ohio State, right?
Am I talking about Will Howard? I'm pretty sure I'm talking about.
You sure you're not talking about Will Rogers, bro?
I might be talking about Will Rogers then. If one of them,
because Will Rogers was at Washington.
But that's the one I'm talking about. Then him. He was at Washington.
Okay, he was at Washington.
He played for Mississippi State. My bad. Played for Mississippi State.
No, Will Howard. He was at Washington.
No,
the Washington quarterback is Rogers.
He was at Mississippi State and he transferred to Washington, and now he's transferring again.
Yeah.
To follow most likely the coach he wants to play for. But Howard is the one that's at Ohio State. Got it.
You can't tell me he better than Milroe, but whatever.
I mean, all right. So it's whatever DeBoer sees in the quarterback he wants.
Bro, I just want to be very clear. Milroe has a tool set that can go somewhere and be developed the way that you see Jalen Daniels got developed. The way the guys got the way that I speak about Ja'Cory Brown, he's obviously he's better than Ja'Cory right now. And he was what? Was he a sophomore?
Jalen Milroe? I think so. I'm not sure what.
I think Milroe's a sophomore. If not a redshirt freshman, he's so he was a sophomore out of Katy, Texas, around the corner from Houston. Yeah, dude can go somewhere and play, bro.
Troll says it's Bama. They will do good. I ain't worried about nothing. Theoretically, you would say that, but look, man, every empire sets there's a rise and a fall. Yeah, there's a rise and a fall to everything. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think the expectation that Bama doesn't take a step back to some degree is ridiculous. The question is going to be how far is the setback, but it will not be this. It will not be the same that you've watched under him.
William Hester asked me the top 5 QBs next year. Number 1 is Quentin Ewers.
You think he's number 1?
I'm trying to think of somebody I'm gonna take over.
Hold on. Let me see. College QBs for 24. Next year, 24.
Who's returning? Is Beck? I don't even think Beck's not my top.
Carson Beck.
He's not number. I'm not taking him over yours as a QB. Not best
I'm
situation.
Just saying,
who's gonna?
It's gonna depend on if JJ McCarthy comes back. Again, Carson Beck.
Bro, stop. Oh God.
Bro, you're asking who are the top quarterbacks. I'm just naming guys.
That's not. All. You can't come out and throw 5-6 games in a year, only throw for under 100 yards, bro, and be a top quarterback, bro. Are we talking about Eric Crouch right now? Is that what we're doing?
Bro, you preaching to the choir, but I'm just letting you know.
Just fucking stop. Stop. The dude's gonna play safety in the NFL, bro. He's gonna play wide receiver. Oh my god. With this JJ McCarthy stuff, bro. It's killing me. Like
What about KJ Jefferson?
I like him, but I take yours over him.
Jalen Daniels, Dylan Gabriel still in college. Jalen, not Jaden Daniels. Jalen, the one that played at Kansas, who's actually really good. He's actually really good too.
Yeah, I like him.
Dylan Gabriel still in college.
Man, stop.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You mentioned Quinn Ewers.
Who's better than him? Shador is my second, by the way.
Shador. You can't sleep on
Shador's number 2. He's my number 2, solidified. Like, he has an argument for number 1, but Shador. Who's better out of Stetson and JJ? Stetson. And I fucking hate Stetson, but Terrell, bro, like we got our group chat, and man, bro, I'm just sick of hearing about this guy, bro. Like, there's no other quarterback that can get away with what he puts up, bro. I'm not saying Brock Glenn is better than. I'm not saying anybody, bro. There's no other quarterback who can get away with it, just handing the ball off 40 times, and being like, oh my god, JJ McCarthy should be a freaking he should be a what you call it, a Heisman Trophy candidate, bro. Just stop.
Jackson Dart at Ole Miss.
He's solid. That's where he's at. Well, I remember USC recruiting him.
Michael Pratt at Tulane. Connor Wingman, I forgot about him. Shador, obviously. Cam Ward. Oh, Cam Ward's on that list if you want to be real.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
Now that's before Mario gets his damn hands on him, and we'll see what he does at Miami.
As right now, yeah, Cam Ward's definitely a top.
As of right now, I would have Cam Ward
actually
in the top 5.
Have a third. I'm
third. I would have Cam Ward in the top
5. That's my third. Fourth. We'd probably be looking at Daniels. I really like him.
What about DJ?
I don't know if I want to stick him at 5 or not. I like DJ. I think he's improved from where he stood. He looked shell shocked in Clemson.
Look at Cade Klubnik. So is it the quarterbacks are sucking, or is what Dabo got going down there at Clemson?
Cade ain't better than DJ
at all. So I think it's a lot of what happened at Clemson. I just think Clemson. I think Dabo's lost it, man, and he's not willing to bring in enough talent to fix his shortcomings. And he's been poached. His coaches have been poached so much from him.
I'm looking at these stats, bro, and it's just crazy. Like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games of the year,
which is actually a good sports market. It's actually a good reason for Cam Ward to come back. I never thought Cam Ward should declare for the draft because outside of Quinn Ewers, in my opinion, I don't know if there's a big name in that class next year. And Cam Ward could have been. You say he's your third. He's 2 or 3 to Shador Sanders.
3. I got Shador over him.
Yeah, I get you.
I got Shador over him.
I ain't mad at that, but Cam Ward ain't played with nobody like Travis Hunter. I'm just saying. But
well, he gonna have some talent. He's gonna have talent to throw it to.
He's gonna have some guys now to throw it to.
He's gonna have an offensive line 10 times better than what Shador have.
Yeah, and he'll definitely have an offensive line.
So he needs to put up numbers better than Shador. Now, as far as coaches,
why I never thought Cam Ward should go pro. And when he announced he was going pro, I was like, "Oh, that's surprising." But again, to risk your draft stock by going to Miami, to me, is good luck to the young man. And I mean that, honestly. I could care
You want to
less.
know what I expect? Somebody said the over-under on DJ, right? I expect DJ to be similar to what EJ Manuel was for us.
I hope not.
I'm being
But
real. But EJ Manuel still won 10 games, bro. Like,
yeah, EJ Manuel played on.
we went like 11-2?
EJ Manuel played on a team that underachieved, and
Yeah,
partially
but
because of him.
I'm just telling you, like, as far as what he's going to come in and do. Now, also, we played in a much tougher conference back then.
What is?
Our schedule was a lot tougher back then. We went 12-2. So, I mean, do I expect us to go undefeated next year? No.
Of course not.
It would be great. We'd probably be faced with the same situation that we got. We make the playoffs next year.
What was EJ's stat? I want to see what EJ's stats were his last year before I say that.
I think he hit 3K.
I want to see. His last year, yeah, he threw for 3,000.
Ran for about 400.
Almost 3,400 yards, 23 TDs, and 10 INTs.
I want more TDs than that. You know,
okay.
I would want more TDs.
Given DJ's track record in college so far, if he can hit some of those numbers, if he hits that total passing yard, that's a success.
I think he ends up with more TDs than that.
And I think he
I think 30 is a good number.
He's throwing around 20-something TDs at Clemson, so I think he's going to hit that easy.
It's a different.
Okay,
if he
can have that kind of production, completing 68% of his passes, okay, I can.
You off my back now. I know you don't like EJ, but I'm just. I know. I remember what his numbers look like.
I don't like the fact EJ. I don't like that EJ played.
You don't like that I said EJ.
Well, I just don't like that he played so timid, in my opinion. And that's so when you say that, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is like.
So all right,
if you want to compare production,
why I'm saying that. I think, excuse the boss of the house. She's having a moment. EJ plays like Mike Norvell's coaching.
No, I disagree. I disagree. EJ plays reserved, not to lose. Mike Norvell will run a toss on the goal line when he probably shouldn't.
But but Mike Norvell's all his deep shots are designed. It's like this is the route. I'm throwing this route. It's a design. Am I frozen? Or are you? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I'm frozen. Somebody want to tell me if POLK is? Oh, okay. Well, until he comes back. All right, well, me then. But I feel like EJ POLK. Appreciate y'all. I'm assuming he'll be back in just a bit. But I feel like EJ played like, I'm not taking these deep shots unless I'm told to. And even then, he didn't want to take them. But I think DJ is only going to take the shots that he's told to take. And that's what it comes down to. Momo, what's up with the Carlos interview? What do you mean by that? Did I watch What About It? I'm going to message Pope and see what's going on. Just message him right quick. Yeah, he went deep against Notre Dame, but who else did he really take shots? He only took design shots. A lot of them was check down stuff right in front of him. EJ took what was in front of him. That's what hurt him when he went to the pros. You're not going to find a lot in the middle, coming across the middle in front of you that way. I'm not Phonics, by the way. I'm Phoenix. But can we beat Georgia Tech? Yeah, man. I fully expect us to beat Georgia Tech in Dublin. I would love to go out there. Actually, maybe I can convince my wife to take that trip. I know she loves to travel. Maybe we can slide out to Dublin and watch a football game. Maybe I shouldn't tell her it's for a football game, but spend a week out there. But EJ took his shots, but it wasn't a lot of them, man. EJ was taking what was in front of him. He would throw, those routes that were designed by the plays. EJ knew the playbook. He followed the playbook. He went to his 1-2 reads and barely got to a third. But the only problem was he didn't run on that after that second read enough. A lot of people feel that way. EJ had legs that he didn't use. So for the Dublin game, I'm assuming they might be, man. But I mean, if I just go out there for the game and I just, tailgate in Dublin, they drink like fish out there. So, I wouldn't be mad. And my wife, she's a Florida State alum, so she definitely wouldn't mind going and taking that in. Hell, my daughter would love it too. I got my daughter to do I didn't even get her to do it. My daughter did the chop unprompted, the Florida State chop. That was pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out what's up with Alo right now, y'all. I don't know if he's going to have to restart the live or if he can join back in on where we are. And if not, I'm going to give him a call. At the end of the day, I'm just a second-hand personality. We got the KC win. That game done with in the books. I think Ireland is worth the trip, man. I would definitely go just to go, say I went. It's a lot of things out there culturally wise that are worth going out there for. That's the boss right there, as y'all can hear it. Oh, you live in Tally? Okay, I mean, and it's cool to be able to go 5 games over 2. I mean, I'll put it this way. So as y'all can see, Alo computer crashed, so he'll be back. But I don't necessarily get to travel to a lot of games. I will be at the Dallas game, the game out here in Dallas when we play SMU, which should be a ball, man. I'm gonna come out here and represent. Hopefully, if anybody comes out to Dallas for that game, man, I'm probably gonna be doing a tailgate. I'm gonna set up a tailgate, something, man. I cook some. What's SMU? SMU is a horse. I ain't gonna cook no horse. Maybe I'll cook some gator for y'all out there. If y'all want to come to the SMU tailgate, have some gator out there. If I can find an ibis, if not, we'll just do some chickens or ducks. But yeah, man, if you come out here to Dallas, man, I'll be here for that game. I heard Ireland is great, man. Good beers and whiskeys and all types of stuff. I haven't played any golf out there yet, though. I haven't been, actually. I just heard things about it. And yeah, DFW is a nice spot, man. I love living out here. It's good opportunity. It's a good place. It's getting cold. It should be about 20 degrees outside right now. Your boy Alo, he about an hour and a half, 2 hours south of me. So I don't think he as cold as I am. But people like me and Jared, we sitting in like 20-degree weather right now. Yeah, 27 degrees here in Texas. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna be hosting a tailgate out there. Me and Alo actually we might be doing something coming up soon. Hopefully, we're working on it, being able to do something for the East West Shrine Bowl. It's something I'm working on personally. Being able to get out to the East West Shrine Bowl. Hey, look who it is. I was just talking real quick about the East West Shrine Bowl.
No, I was listening while I was figuring out what the heck happened to my computer.
yeah, get that fixed.
Yeah,
But
just
the East West Shrine Bowl, we're probably trying to get out there this year. Alo's working on his end on being able to make it. If not, I have some stuff for him to upload and share with you guys from there. We're working on being able to get him into when he does go to games. Once he gets once he's back in the swing of things, being able to put up some stuff for some sideline content, some real media content, getting people getting some interviews, which I'm also personally working on. He doesn't necessarily know everything, but getting some interviews from either current players, former players on here, man. I just want to give you your flowers right quick, man. Alo, you've garnered a great following, man. Some great people that come in here from different fan bases, man. And I think most of the reason that is because what would you say, the goddamn truth, a.k.a. and nothing but it, the goddamn truth and nothing but the truth. And that's I think a lot of people come in here and express their opinions and ask their questions, and I think that's going to continue to grow, and that's why I just want to be a part of it. I just want to see him do great things when it comes to the name of Florida State football.
Hey man, I started this thing as a hobby, bro. For me, it's still a hobby. Wherever it takes me is cool, but it's legitimately I do this just because I enjoy doing it.
But you want to hear people with honest, unbiased opinions, man. And it's not too many people out there. There's a lot of people whose opinions are influenced by money, and backing from this. If I say this, I know I'm going to get this out of it. If I say that, I know I'm going to get that out of it. Or more people are going to like me if I say these things.
Well,
don't do that.
A lot of it has to do with. Here's a dirty little secret for me, bro. There's a reason why I kind of do things the way I do it, and I much rather talk to people. I much rather bring my friends on here and talk ball with them, or than bring in. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I've had Freddie Stevenson on here, but
yeah, man, that was great. It was great talking to him, man.
Sometimes it's hard to talk to those type of individuals because then, not Freddie, not guys like Freddie. I'll talk to former players all day.
Yeah,
but I'm more so speaking to high school recruits and current players because they get the impression that I'm not going to come on here and still be the goddamn truth. There was a period where I had about 3 or 4 high school recruits lined up to come on the show. I backed out of all of them because I did not want to talk to people that I would have to criticize later on. I love you, but if you go out there and you play like crap, I'm going to say you played like crap. The problem is that gets you a little bit of trouble. So who you talk to, sometimes they don't want you to say certain things. You feel me? So that's why there's certain people, like I said, I had about 3 or 4 high school guys lined up to come on here.
I'm re-mentioning them who they were.
Yeah, and I backed out of them. They didn't back out. I personally was like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
So that's just, I kind of enjoy being a part, away from the whole media circus. Because I can come on here and say what I want to say, and I ain't offending nobody. I mean, I might offend you, but I have no ties to you. But is my point.
Yeah.
I have no
There's
ties.
no personal ties.
There's no personal ties. But some of these people, they get these relationships, and now, one of the things I hate the most in media is I know something, man, but I can't tell y'all. I know something, but I can't drop it because my source don't want me to drop. Why even bring it up then? I hate that. It's one of the things I hate the most. Is I got something, but I can't tell y'all, and I try to avoid that. Because I don't even, I'm
okay when guys are saying, you know what, I feel comfortable with this.
If you word it, if
I
you're
feel
smart,
comfortable saying that I think this guy is going to be doing this.
If you're smart,
what makes you feel comfortable? Just based upon
you can always word it.
Yeah,
you can always word it a certain way. The problem is it's not about that. It's about people wanting to clickbait you. It's about people wanting to get you worked up, over certain things. So, bro, you know how I operate, bro. I just come on here and I like to talk ball.
Exactly.
You know the things that I've showed you about people.
Yeah. And you're a better man than me, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I could expose, bro. I don't do it, and I'm not gonna do it.
You're much better man.
But I don't go that route. I just come on here and I enjoy talking sports, bro. That's literally why I do this. All that other stuff is what it is.
Hey, you want me to tell you? I actually like Uncle Lou, bro. He's funny, bro. Like,
I think Uncle Lou's funny too. It cannot be funny when he goes in on your team. I can understand some of that.
Yeah. But he going on Miami. Like, he be going on Miami, bro.
When he goes in on Miami, it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, and that's why, like, for me, it's just like,
understand that everybody has their own niche. Everybody has their own lane. Everybody has their own character, that they portray on their platforms, and it's okay.
Tyler say if you got 15 minutes with Norvell, would you take it?
Yes. But Norvell would have to understand that when he goes out there and calls the pitch on the goal line against LSU, I'm gonna have something to say about it.
That's the thing. Guys like that understand it.
As long as he would understand
that's not gonna understand those things.
I'm cool with that. But you're absolutely right. It's the players, the high schoolers, the current players.
Shit, when you talk to a senior though, bro, they gonna know, like, hey, I'm liable for what I do on the field.
You feel
when guys who are gonna go pro.
You would think that, but bro, I watch college players get in it with Twitter beefs all the time with fans. Why? Because they criticize the stuff they say.
I'm a big Cam fan, but you want to know certain questions, I'm gonna ask them. Bro, why would you play when you was hurt? Why'd you do all these things that ended you? Because I feel like Cam ended his career early. He gave too much to the Carolina Panthers organization. Came rushed back from the accident. All these things. I would ask those questions. And if he don't want to answer, I'm like, I guess you don't really want to talk to me.
Well, there are people who feel like once they give you that interview that you're no longer allowed to speak the truth about them. I just avoid that. But yes, if I could get Mike on here, I'd take 15 minutes with Mike. As long as he understands that I'm still going to criticize when it's time to, but I've never unwarranted.
You're not going to try and embarrass him in the interview, obviously.
No, of course not. I would never, no.
But, like, when it comes, like, you're not going to be like, hey, why'd you lose 63-3, bro? Like,
that would never even be a question. I would ask him about certain particular play calls and just what was the thought process going into those play calls and things of that nature. But as long as we all understand,
Look at what it is, T2Y. So we offer him to be your neighbor, bro? Damn. I see why he turned it down.
Yeah, I appreciate all that, Terrence.
Yeah, bro, man. It's not too many people out here that you can follow, man, on any program. I would like to see more people with any program take that type of approach, man. I like to see that type of approach, man, with dealing with players and the teams that they support and holding them accountable, for one. The way that you hold Odell Hagen's accountable.
Y'all I don't even bring Odell up no more. Y'all bring that up. Past
so
that.
you love that.
But I think it's that type of stuff too, man, that can kind of get you in trouble.
Sometimes, hey, just to touch on what William talking about, bro, I don't even know how I feel about RG3 sometimes, bro. Sometimes I like what he's
Sometimes you like him, so he's
sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, bro,
he's corny, like your boy said.
He's corny, a corny, bro. He went wrong, bro.
He can be a funny, cool dude, but he's corny, bro.
You want to know what's wrong about him calling him corny? He's corny too.
Right.
You can't call somebody a cornball, motherfucker. You a cornball.
You a cornball. Like, or have that perception.
It's like, hey, bro, this is a pot calling the kettle black type thing, bro. Like, I'm just saying, man, you can't be doing that.
I don't
that
hate
maroon.
Odell, bro.
You don't?
I'm a fan of the Polk County legend that is Odell Haggins. I just
Odell Haggins, bro.
just believe it's past his time. But again,
Hey, you like
y'all
Scully,
talking
man?
about that.
I like
I
my
actually
Scully,
do.
man.
I actually do like it.
Yeah, Vanessa got me a couple of them, man. I got 2 more I added to my winter wardrobe. I'm gonna be rocking them all the time, man. Put some. I got the shirt on too today. I got this part of my Christmas.
Jameis is probably one of the funniest dudes.
He's funny though. He's legit funny too though.
Jameis is not only legit funny. I almost feel like he's legit funny because he's not even trying to like.
He's
I don't even know how to.
genuine.
I don't know. How, yeah, I don't know how to explain Jameis. He is one of one, dog. He is. Just
If you told me Jameis was on the spectrum, I wouldn't be surprised,
bro.
Like, but not in because not everyone on the spectrum. Let me stop, bro.
Right, not everybody's. Some people are.
He's just like oblivious to how other people view things. Maybe it's a social thing for some people.
Jameis
he's just oblivious to what's socially. No,
he's autistic.
He's socially awkward, and it's funny the way that he is because he can still be around people and be great, bro. And people will like him and love him for who he
awkward,
is.
the word? I don't have a word. He's
socially oblivious.
He is just unique.
He's socially oblivious. Now, mind you,
he's goofy.
He's
goofy. But it doesn't come off force. It's almost like this is just who I am.
I'm just chilling, bro. Like, and I'm goofy. Yeah.
It's weird.
Bro, he could go on radio and kill it. He could be a radio personality for sports and kill it, bro. He has a future in sports telecasting as a color commentary with actual knowledge on the game because he is a freaking brilliant football mind.
He is an interesting dude, bro. For real.
His football mind is brilliance. But that's also part of being on the spectrum. You have certain things that you're just
he's off. He's off.
He's off. He's also the best quarterback Florida State's ever had to throw the football in our history. So he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time in college football. And I'll say it again. One of the top 10 quarterbacks of all time college football.
Record-wise.
Throwing the football.
Numbers-wise, you're probably right.
Boy, it was different. Came in, and that's only 2 seasons.
Yeah, I wish we could have had him for a third, but at that point, Jimbo.
You want that third to be E.J. Manuel's year. So that's what you really wanted.
Yeah. Basically, you got him 12, 13, and 14. That's what it should have been. Yep.
Probably got
you can't convince me at 12. In 12, you win a national championship. We at least go back to back. In 12,
was it Bama?
12 was Bama, yeah.
We beat them. With James?
Matter of fact, 12 went back. In 12, Bama went back to back. Bama was going for the 3-peat in 13, if I'm not mistaken.
And they lost.
And they lost to Auburn at the last play game.
Couldn't have been us.
Yep.
Oh, man. Bro, a 30 for 30 on Jameis? I'm watching it.
Absolutely.
I'm there.
Absolutely.
It's 2 years. Oh, I'm there, bro.
But
bro, as soon as
imagine the behind the scenes on that dude at Florida State for those 2 years.
I know there's film, bro. I know there's
insane.
There's a movie that can drop, bro.
I don't know. It's college. It's not the pros where cameras are always around,
bro. So. That team, bro. That team.
But could you imagine like a behind the scenes look at that team and everything that went on?
And we had some good leaders on that team too. But you had Jalen Ramsey's personality.
Yeah, personality.
You had some serious personality.
Yeah, Jimbo's in his prime. Right.
And that was the time when his wife was
Pruitt's in his
Pruitt was running through the whole co-ed door.
That'd have been dope to see.
Bro, that 30 for 30, it wouldn't be that Gators one, but it'd be worth looking at.
That Gators one. The Gators one
had 2 murderers and like a freaking.
The Gators one is a censored version of that team. Really, what they showed the Swamp was called Swamp Kings.
Yeah, they made it really about Tebow and.
Yeah, that's a censored version of what that team really was. Like they,
I would not hire Jameis Winston to coach anything but quarterback.
I'd hire Jameis to coach at FSU before Dion. I co-sign that. And I've never seen Jameis coach a day in his life, but I probably co-sign that. We need to get rid of Odell, Randy, have them collect Social Security.
Relax.
30 for 30 on Jimbo and Willie era. A 30 for 30 on the Willie era would be epic for real.
Why are we doing that?
And it actually would probably just piss people off all over again.
Why?
It would just
fuck y'all.
It just piss people off all over again.
Hey, what's the is it Franklin Myers on the freaking Jets? Yeah. He was looking at the crowd. He was like, yeah. That's how I feel right now.
The Dion hate. Nobody hate Dion. Matter of fact, Terrence loves Dion. As a matter of fact, I don't hate Dion. But if you want to sit here and tell me you want Dion to be your coach, you'd be a damn liar.
We had a private conversation. I feel comfortable talking about now because things have passed.
Okay.
I was like, who's going to be the guy if Norvell does go down?
I actually had that conversation on here, and I didn't have an answer for people. I had no idea who.
And we ran through some names, and it was just like
I just know it wasn't going to be Dion.
Situation.
I felt like
a shitty situation.
I had no idea who would have been the target.
It would have been terrible.
Of course, I mean, there's people that hate everybody, bro. But yes, there are people that hate Dion. Yes.
The thing is, and just to be clear, if Norvell had left, there's nobody who could come in and pick up and run with the culture that he's built.
It would have been a unique situation.
Some type of continuity.
A great foundation. But yeah, I don't know who you would have brought in. But Alfred is shout out to Alfred, man. We got a real damn AD who's not playing any games. Yeah, man.
He's doing, even with all the pressure that's around the basketball program, letting Leonard still try and work things out.
He's won like 4 straight ACC games going on right now. I don't know how he keeps doing it.
And we don't have necessarily the talent we should have.
No, we don't.
But he's still grinding out the wins like the way he can. So yeah, we're in a good position with our sports programs. Obviously, the softball team, the soccer team, for women's soccer and softball teams are great. So yeah,
I think college has changed so much. I don't think pro coaches want anything to do with college at this point.
If I was a pro coach, I am not going back to college.
Yeah, if I'm an NFL coach, I don't know if you got Pat Surtain out of the pros. But that's to be a position coach. I don't know, like a big name professional coach. Like seeing the days of Nick Saban jump back down. And Nick Saban was never really a pro coach. He was always kind of a college coach who tried to be a pro, like a Spurrier. I don't know. If I'm an NFL coach, I'm staying in the NFL. Like I don't want nothing to do with these kids. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want nothing to do with NIL and the transfer portal and 3 or 4 decommitments. I don't know, man.
Ramsey, yes, he did used to slide in the DMs of the girlfriends of guys he was going to cover. Yes, this is true. All the time, and apparently sometimes he was successful. We'll leave it at that. But hey.
Well, man, we did 2:30, so I know I disappeared here for a little. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, man.
But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night.
Nothing else that was left on the table. We talked about pretty much everything.
I think we covered all of it.
We covered Saban, Cam Ward to Miami, DeBoer, and that weird situation.
All of our additions.
And then hopefully, we'll be able to give y'all some content from this East West Strong game. Even if ALO can't make it, it's likely Jerg and I are out there, and maybe it'll just be some. We gonna get something. I'm working on that part.
It's on the Thursday, so I gotta try to see if I can
talk to somebody, man.
Yeah, I gotta work that.
Go ahead, talk to somebody. Figure it out. You got somewhere to be for a while coming up soon.
I know.
So they need some leniency.
Yeah, I think I can. We'll see. We'll see what I can do.
But that's it's out here in Frisco, Texas. If you're in Texas, I only know of one person out this way, and y'all gonna be out there. Hit me up on Twitter or whatever. I got a Twitter name.
Yeah, you don't even know your own Twitter name. That's ridiculous.
I don't post nothing on Twitter, bro. But I just be following what people be saying, man. Is it Terrence Ali or?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I
can look you up real quick.
I got it here somewhere. I am the Phoenix Ali 7. The Phoenix Ali 7.
There you go.
On Twitter, man. DM me. Let me know what's up. I'm gonna be out there for that. If you're out here, if you find yourself at the SMU game coming up, there too, on this year. And I'm gonna be making my way to a lot of games. I'm trying to hit at least 3 games.
I wish I could make that SMU game, honestly.
Bro, hey, I'm gonna come out there and represent. I'm doing a tailgate. I'm at this point. I'm gonna do a tailgate. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get a banner made for the show. It's gonna be a reunion. Anybody want to come to that game? We're gonna do an A6370 TV a tailgate out there.
Without me there, that's why.
hey,
I feel some type of way about that.
Hey, man, somebody got to do it for you. I would love to be in Dublin, bro. That's the one I really want. Maybe I can explain that with Vanessa. She like to go out of the country.
If y'all can make that, go for it.
Bro, if you can get to Dublin, go out there, man.
No, I mean, I'll be out the country, but I won't be able to make that.
Somebody said the tickets. Somebody said the tickets was crazy, though.
I'm pretty sure they are. That's not even counting the flight over there and the hotel stay. Like, that's.
I'm not worried about that, man.
Probably not a cheap trip.
And just do a tailgate. I want to see what a tailgate is like out there. What's that environment in Dublin, Ireland? They drink like fish out there, man.
I think a 10-year-old will be able to outdrink you out there.
Bro, I ain't even for the trial. Not at all. I put a little dent in my little 1,800 tequila tonight. I got the little big boy bottle. Had that with some Grand Marnier. Just sipping, but
I think I'm gonna end with this one question. I don't think Zion Young's happening, but I think Amari's gonna happen.
What are we talking about?
He said, "Polk, what's the chances of picking up Zion Young? It's a transfer portal guy from Michigan State. I don't think that's going to happen." Amari's the kid from Palm Beach who reclassed to 2024. He's a DN. I think that's going to happen.
Yep.
So yeah. So they'll get one more high school kid before this thing's all over with. So
nothing wrong with that. Nice little February commit. Everybody loves that, hey, baby.
But y'all go ahead, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all know how to do it. If you didn't hit it on the way in, hit it on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. Say hello to the princess.
Say hey.
Who's got a toothbrush in her hand.
She brushing her teeth. Say hi. Look at the camera. Say hi. She's like, I want to look at the screen. If I play the chant right now, bro, she'll do the chop, bro. It's crazy.
Let me see. Prove it.
Let's see.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? You don't believe it? All right, let's see. I gotta find the war chant.
That should be right on the phone.
I gotta pick the phone up, man. Oh, you ready?
All right, I'm ready. Her face lit up. She ain't chopping though.
She'll do it now. Nah, she's scared. She looking at herself on the screen. So no, I couldn't get it.
I feel deceived.
Hey, but you saw the face light up. She knew what was up.
She smiled as soon as she heard it.
She knew exactly what was up.
I get it. I smile too when I hear it too.
Say bye. Say bye to everybody.
But yeah, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and share the videos. As always, y'all, it's your boy POLK over here on 863 Seminole TV. Y'all stay classy. And me and T are out here. Go Noles.